desert right now, correct? I mean,
We don't
You
know
are
where the fuck we
some
are.
Are we talking about Tears of the Kingdom, or are we talking about in this game?
They're
this
talking about
game.
the game.
Oh, we're in some alternate dimension where speed keeps speeding up and slowing down. Last I checked.
Well,
That's right. That's right.
we just exited like one of the portals
I
to
think I
get to
figured out
somewhere
where
else.
we are,
We
but I'm
got to a
not
place where
saying
time
it.
is going crazy and things are speeding up and dying. Geo's right.
Ah,
Like I said,
well, never mind then.
at least that's where I am. I don't know about Ned.
Yeah. No, the only reason I know that is because I just finished listening to the last episode while working.
Well, speaking of, Thomas, would you like to give a recap since you were listening to the last episode?
I can. Uh, we Odo put up on his fancy bike with blue flames that Krat thought the flames were real, or at least he didn't want to test it to see if they were.
Too hot.
Yeah, too hot, didn't want to risk it. Um, Ned got Krat's lightsaber back, has not given it back to Krat because Krat does not care. Um, we went on Zeta's ship. Ned made his little medical hole. He has his little like workshop in there now. Quote
Yeah.
his quote hive. Uh, then we ran into some asteroids. Odo blasted them a bunch. Uh, we made it out just fine back into hyperspace. Then we ran into some whales, big space whales. Krat said hi to them. They gave him back some beautiful poetry of the universe, and he was like sick. And then we made it to what's the planet's name? Avalon?
Atolon.
Atolon. I have it written down somewhere. Anyways, we made it there. We found the Vergence, which was Bendu, asshole, and Odo almost shot him, but we were all like, "Hey, don't do that." And then we were just talking to him for a little bit, and he just kept talking in circles as he is wont to do. And then Odo was like, "Who hurt my girlfriend?" And he was like, "I can make a door." And then they sent us through the door, and then we're in like there were a bunch of different doors, like that weird painting with the stairs that are going all in the different directions. And then we Pratt used his compass to find the which one to go through by asking the question of where do we go? And then it was just pointing towards this one door. And then so everyone went through that door and we're in this weird desert that I think it's a desert that has time like really sped up and it's like things are dying in the for being birthed and dying in the span of minutes.
So,
And that's where we
yes,
ended.
that is a very good recap. Thank you, Thomas.
Yeah, you got it.
So, yeah, you guys are on what first glance would appear to be a desolate wasteland, and then if you wait a few seconds, a wave comes over it and it becomes a lush grassland. Small trees begin growing and sprouting. It's a cyclical matter of it goes from birth to death to life to in a manner of minutes. But all told, it's kind of hard to watch because you don't know where to look, what's going to be next. And Krat, if you have your quest marker, you remember it being over a squat building somewhere to the distance.
Mhm.
There's no real sense of direction here because your compasses don't work. You just know it's in a general that way direction.
Yeah. All right. I guess, first off I would relay, you know, the general direction, but I think that for now, and I'm sure that Ned's going to be in the same boat here. I'm going to be kind of checked out. Like Ned or Krat's going to be kind of like this is too much. Like witnessing the life and death of an entire universe in like seconds is too much for him. So he's just like processing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Odo, meanwhile, has continued marching towards like after going through the door, Odo is still walking to try to find the thing that hurt my girlfriend.
Okay. I think Pratt giving you the direction of heading towards this kind of squat fortress-like structure would be your best guess as to where that thing might be.
What does it look like?
So if you guys imagine like late medieval castle, it kind of looks like that. So a couple of like turrets, there's no moat that you can examine, but a couple of walls, a big central spire. Um, it looks defensible, but it doesn't look pretty.
When you say turrets, how big and nasty are we looking at?
So when I say turrets, I don't mean like guns. I mean
Like
just
towers.
like towers. Thank you.
Okay, so there's no. If I were to walk up to this gate, at least based upon what I'm looking at right now, nothing I see is going to start shooting me.
That is correct.
I honestly need to wonder if I would be stupid enough to walk straight up or if I'm smart enough to do some recon.
Do I feel anything in particular with the Force?
Would you like to make a force check?
Sure.
Okay. Specifically, what are you adding?
Do I feel a lot of light side, a lot of dark side, neutral, anything like that?
Okay. I don't even think you need to make a roll for that. As you reach out to the force, you find that the force is intensely easy to grab here. It's almost like this place is a focal point to the force, similar to what you felt from Bendu as he reached out through the universe, grabbed the force, and pushed you through the world between worlds. This world is almost like the force incarnate. It's so easy to grab the force here, but you don't get a sense of light or dark. You just get a sense of the force in its vastness and its complexity.
Okay. We should roll for Destiny.
Yes, we should.
We should.
Oh god, I was updating character sheets. Oh, here I come. Oh boy.
I just almost rolled four force die
There you
to
go.
habit.
Whoa, can I take that back?
Fuck both of you.
No,
Oh,
Yikers.
Fuck both of
No,
you.
that makes sense
Well,
though.
no,
That
yeah,
makes sense.
it's yeah, it makes sense.
As
Odo
horrible as
should
that
ne-
is.
Sucks though.
Odo should never have light side points. Are you fucking kidding me?
Odo has a light side
Ryan,
point
you want
because he's
light
going
side
in.
point.
He's going in for a righteous cause. Zeta is the most well-adjusted out of all of us. Pratt is experiencing something very bad. Ned's entire world has been destroyed.
Righteous cause. Yeah, we'll see how
Arguably,
long
this
that
makes
lasts.
sense. Okay. So, given the direction you guys are
Love
traveling,
is a righteous cause.
Yeah, I could possibly destroy the entire galaxy.
Especially between two men. One white and furry and one shark-like. That's righteous.
I want you to keep that dongle in your pants, all right?
moving on.
I don't wear pants.
I'm not saying what
Fuck.
pants.
Keep it in your fur then.
Okay.
As you go towards the structure, could I have everyone make a perception check with 1 purple difficulty?
Uh-oh.
That's normally a bad sign.
Oh.
Ergeption.
Good lord, Zeta. Did you
with a
need to make
pumple.
us all look worse?
Is it now? Is it a close up perception check?
No, this is an oral perception check. Okay, so everyone succeeds. To varying degrees. You all hear laughter. Pleasant, childish laughter. In two voices. One, a young, what you assume to be masculine, and another, higher pitched feminine. You just hear giggling, laughing. Suddenly there's a shout of, "Hey, you cheated!" And Zeta, with that triumph, you hear the pitter patter of feet headed towards you.
I turn toward wherever they're coming from.
I
And
swear
you
to God,
see-
Cedric.
What?
Nothing. Just keep going.
You see a small, bald male child with red streaks coming down his eyes, his skin somewhat sallow, dressed in darker clothing. A female behind him with greenish hair extending down her back
knew
in
it.
a peasant's blouse and rippling pants. Both of them giggling and laughing as they play a game of tag. What would everyone like to do?
So we hear these signs, we hear this behind us, right, or in the gate.
It is coming in front of you right now, so they would be passing in front of you in visual range right now.
So they're just walking past us.
Yep, they are. You guys are going just in front of the castle. They are running around outside of the walls. So you would be just approaching the big, almost like a portcullis, but the entrance is open. They are just kind of running through the courtyard, just giggling and laughing, having a grand old time.
After seeing the kids move in, I don't run in. I walk at a pace that lets me linger behind them. Kind of like walking in while trying to take in my surroundings, but keeping an eye on the kids, because I've never seen these two before. And Cedric, I do want to note, I fucking hate you, but I love you at the same time, because I know who these kids are.
Good. I kind of figured you would.
Yeah, fuck you.
The second thing you see is...
Makes you feel any bad, Cedric. I have no idea who the fuck these kids are.
That's totally fine.
What?
So,
Yeah, I super don't know who they are.
Jesus!
I figured it out.
what? All I heard was Jesus. Never mind. Okay, so going
Geo.
forward, the next... Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with Geo here.
I keep turning my mic off because I'm eating. Leave me alone.
Why did you yell
Oh,
Jesus?
okay.
Because I refuse to believe that Javen doesn't know who these two are.
Oh.
I probably do, but my brain is mush.
It's okay. I think Javen has just not recalled this. So, you guys, as you walk in, see a middle-aged gentleman tending a garden. And as you look up, there's almost a flash of recognition as he sees you. He puts down his gardening implements, dusts himself off, and walks towards you.
I step in front of Odo.
Why?
Because we're not shooting anything until we know it's not going to destroy anything.
Look, all I'm saying is we can save Anakin a lot of headaches if we go ahead and nip this in the bud. Fuck.
All right.
Honestly, in all seriousness, Odo has no idea what's going on. Odo is expecting to fight a gnarly dragon. He has no idea what's happening.
Yes, that is. I get that, but right now you are greeted by a middle-aged man, kind of like a silver fox, goatee or Van Dyke style beard, kind of going a little past his chin. First thing you notice that's odd about him are his eyes. He looks human, but his eyes have black sclera and blue irises. So he does not look classically human. He looks more alien than that. And his robes look reminiscent of a Jedi, but they're not the right colors. Jedi's normally wearing cream or browns. His are dark blue with uh, silver accent.
Odo asks, "What is this place?"
Um, what is hard to describe? Better to describe it as a where.
So, where is this place?
This is the place where the Force filters into the rest of the universe. This is the funnel through which the Force condenses and flows.
And who are you? And who are those kids?
Repeat that.
I, and who are you? And who are those kids?
Those are my children. I'm not sure if they have names yet, but I I am Balance.
You're not sure if they have names yet?
They are young. They are only children.
Don't. Okay, that's the least of our concerns. Um, we were brought here by a force entity.
My
Bendu?
brother, yes. I'm aware of his tendency to spew half truths and attempt to be mysterious. No, actually. Tech works. There's some magnetic interference, but normal tech works.
Odo remembers.
Lightsaber work?
Odo remembers that the big creature said that his brother caused this.
That's correct.
I run up to the middle-aged silver fox and grab him by the neck.
Odo, wait.
He doesn't react.
Wait, nothing.
Wait.
Nope, my hand's on
Doesn't
his throat.
react.
I think with that, just because it is it's violent, this will kind of just from an instinctual level snap Krat out of whatever he's just kind of gazing off into. Not say anything, but I am paying attention. Krat is paying attention now.
You're the one who caused this.
I am.
You're gonna die tonight.
if that is your wish.
So there was a event in the rest of the galaxy where the Force disappeared for 4 seconds. Please
The
tell me we
Force
didn't cause
didn't
that.
disappear. The Force was redirected
Why?
to make the world that you just walked through.
You hurt my girlfriend.
I did, and I hurt many more. Fortunately, many more will hurt.
I immediately show my teeth and bite his face.
Okay. You take a big bite, and as your teeth sink into his flesh, you rip his face off. You watch the corpse fall to the ground. You taste his blood on your tongue. How does Odo react?
First of all, he's not worth eating. I spit out whatever I tore off.
Yeah.
And as soon as I examine the corpse and make sure it's not breathing,
Mm-hmm.
mission done. I begin to try to find a way out of this place.
As soon as you look away and try to find a way out, you don't immediately see one. I mean, the door you came through is probably still there.
Would there be a way to do like a force check on this guy to see like if he is actually dead? Like, do I sense anything?
Yeah,
Or
Brad, you can just reach out to the Force. He's not dead.
oh, okay.
I immediately head in the direction that I believe that I came from.
I don't follow.
As you do, you hear the voice of the person you just killed behind you. Did that make you feel better?
The feeling
Odo?
of victory leaves. And Odo is now even more pissed off considering what he just heard.
I gather that you have questions. If you ask them, I will answer truthfully, unlike my brother. My brother is the one in the middle, and he likes his riddles.
What is Odo doing?
After after the force bite that was this whole situation, um, Odo no longer feels that he is capable of dealing with such a thing, at least not in the way that he's used to. So
Mhm.
Odo's just kind of waiting, because
Nothing.
you need to remember, Odo has no other purpose here except to kill what hurt his girlfriend. So, having failed at that, Odo is now waiting to find out where he can. So for you, Zeta, what you basically see is Odo not necessarily calm down, but begin to realize that this is not something he can just this isn't something he can just beat with his fist.
Basically, exactly what Zeta's been trying to tell him.
Yeah, but you know, Odo's pretty dumb. Um, but he is listening very intently, and he is studying his surroundings, looking for something. that leads to this thing's bleeding heart. Like, he is just looking around for something.
Okay. So for Odo, make. What would this classify as?
Make a desperation check.
In the middle of all this, Zeta, I give Odo a look that is basically, sit down, shut up, we're out of our league.
Can I have Odo make a discipline check? 2 purple.
Believe it or not, discipline's something I can actually do slightly. Never mind.
Okay. So with
was
a failure, there are no immediate ways to harm or kill this person.
Yep.
With that advantage, however, he did say those were his children.
No, Odo's not that.
If Odo even glances
Odo
at the
is
children.
not. No, Odo is not that kind of asshole. Children are a no-go.
Brad ignites his lightsaber.
Excuse
Sorry?
me?
This is the what he does. Okay, first of all, he doesn't have his lightsaber.
Yeah,
But
no, I
this
don't
is-
have it.
This is where we find out that Krat goes full Anakin and just like that is his crux, his children. It's just like fuck these things.
Oh my
Fuck these things.
god.
All they do is question me. They're so fucking annoying.
I mean, I had to have a moment there because I was like, are we really going to play this card yet?
No,
Krat will
No, I
never
don't even-
ever
yeah.
draw his lightsaber.
Yeah,
I was
no,
wondering where the
I
fuck
don't.
that
I
was
don't have my
coming from.
lightsaber with me.
I will be right back. I'm gonna get myself a drink.
No worries.
I'll put it to you. I'll
so-
put it to you this way, Cedric. Odo does look at the kids, but more as this, whatever this is some kind of father. Oh well, sucks to be them. Like he doesn't look at them as killing fodder. It's more like, well, shit, they're gonna have a rough childhood.
You have no idea.
Yeah, I know.
Can I do a lovely little compass marker to see if I can tell where this guy is or where he has gone? Since I know he's not dead, but like he looks dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't even have to roll for it.
Oh well.
If
Already
you. Yeah. Okay. So in order to kill this person at this moment, you'd have to destroy the entire planet.
Do you mean the planet or this realm?
The planet you are currently on.
Okay, so we are on like a discernible planet. We're not in. Are we
Back.
still in what is it like the realm between realms? Are we still in that, or did
No,
we leave
no.
that? We left
You have
that,
left
and
that,
now
yeah.
are okay. So we're in a place in our universe now. Okay, I thought we were just
Yes.
like in another part of the world between worlds. Just want to make sure.
No.
Okay,
You are
okay. So
in a
this whole
discrete
planet.
part of the universe.
Okay, this whole planet. Gotcha. Well, I don't think Odo can kill a planet. I think he's strong, but I don't think he can kill a planet. He's not Darth Nihilus yet.
But
So-
give me a few sessions. I'll figure it out.
There you go.
So as you guys notice that the cyclical nature of this planet has not stopped as you've been talking. As you watch, things are still going through life with intermittent bouts of death, and it's not bothering them, which is unique to say the least. But if you guys have questions, now's the time to ask them. This character is meant to move you guys forward. If you guys want to ask more about the nature of the Force, the universe, or anything, now would be a good time.
Oh yeah, because Odo really cares.
I mean, if Odo has questions about, ways to never have Talia get hurt again.
You know what? I do have a question. Odo beginning looks at Zeta, sees that Zeta is obviously not happy with how I've been acting, and realizes that as much as I want to destroy whatever hurt my girlfriend, Talia is not someone who wants to see me enact revenge. I take a couple of deep breaths. I try to be more diplomatic. Why did you do it?
A worthy question.
Don't push me.
Quick question
Right
before you go
now-
on. Is can everyone hear this, or is this like last time where it's like only in their head?
No, he is speaking out loud.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, everyone is available to hear these. There's going to be no fuckery where only one person speaks in people's head. This is a full-on audible conversation.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Right now, the Force is young, and your galaxy is fraught with peril, chaos, and people trying to bring order to that chaos. At some point, far in the future, I will die. But right now, I need there to be more order in the galaxy. My children will inherit a time when there is less. To make sure order was kept, I tied the past and the present together using the world you just walked through, the world between. You may walk between the past and the present as you choose, if you can access that world. You cannot change the past very easily unless you use that world. And I will use that world to create order.
So you did it because you wanted more order in the galaxy?
I did it because my children are not the forces of order they need to be. The Jedi and the Sith, the light side and the dark side, they are young. They are not forces of order yet. They are just squabbling forces in this galaxy.
Side question: haven't the Jedi still been around for like several thousand years at this point?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
just checking.
Why did that involve you needing to hurt people not even involved in the Force?
Because in order to tie discrete points in time together, it required a lot of energy, and the only available source that was not human life that he could put out was the Force. It was the best of several options.
So you hurt people. You hurt people because the alternatives were worse.
Did I hurt everyone?
You took away my hug.
I did. But were you actually hurt?
I think I was.
I
Other
cannot say
people
how
were.
you feel, but physically, were you harmed?
Oh, you motherfucker.
But did you die though?
Hold on.
In all honesty, that is this creature's mentality.
I
is
know.
If you
Hold
die,
on. Hold on. Didn't Odo hurt Krat after that happened? Or what didn't Krat actually get hurt after that happened? Or am I thinking of something earlier?
I think you're thinking of Crap biting you on the council room, but no, you weren't physically harmed by it.
Okay.
There were people that got in like speeder crashes because of it, though.
Okay, yeah,
That
because
is-
I just
that-
talked to the
that
Sith
is
about
true.
it.
Yeah.
That is true.
Well, and
There are.
Odo's gonna say something.
That's not what you asked, though.
Yeah, Odo's gonna say something really profound, and I hope this doesn't bother people too much. Physical pain is not the only way to hurt someone. My girlfriend saw things that scared her. You hurt her, and it wouldn't have happened if you didn't do what you did.
That is true. I did cause pain. There was suffering in the galaxy because of what I did.
Odo is so looking for like an atomic bomb or something.
I accept the consequences of my action.
What's the point?
What was the point?
I agree with Zeta. Why do all this? Surely there was some simpler way. If you're this powerful, there must have been a simpler way to correct everything. Odo would say that in
Will it
his
even correct everything?
yeah, and Odo says that with the amount of appropriate slur words and curse words.
Insert massive amounts of swearing.
Yes.
Quick lore question. What is the equivalent of the Sith or the Empire called right now? I don't remember.
It's still
It-
the
it's
Sith.
Currently,
Sith.
it's literally
Sith.
the Sith
It
Empire.
would just be the Sith?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
the
well,
Sith
yeah, well,
Empire.
So
Okay.
so Thomas, where we're at now, this is like Star Wars: The Old Republic, like the
Right.
MMO.
Okay, yeah, and it's just been a million years since I played that, so I just don't remember what they
It's-
were talking about.
Basically, like a couple hundred years after KOTOR, relatively.
Okay.
So it is still the Sith Empire.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
So, I will spend one of my destiny points.
Fun.
Yay.
Great. Yeah.
Yo, excuse me. Wait, what? Motherfucker, that was one of ours.
You get that back right
you're
now.
Sorry.
You give that back right now.
You're right. I apologize. I'm so used to being a player on this. I apologize.
Oh, fair enough.
It takes a minute.
It does.
Okay. So, because I am not an immortal being who measures time in eras instead of years, I cannot accurately portray this information, but the creature opens their hands and your minds are opened to essentially the time knife, watching potentialities fold in on each other until discrete possibility becomes a thing. And you watch the end of the Sith Empire, the rise of the Old Republic. You watch the fall of the Old Republic and the rise of the Galactic Empire. You watch time and Star Wars pass before your eyes.
No, Jesus.
Wait, who does?
All of us.
All of you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's not going to cause problems.
Yeah.
And
Perfect.
The answer
Okay.
you get as you view this history is, in order for this to happen, I needed to create connection between past and present.
Why did that need to happen?
Thank you.
Because the Force willed it, and I am one voice of the Force.
Says who?
implying that there are others.
Who made
Says
you in
who,
charge?
you ask?
Yeah. Who put you in charge?
I did not ask to be in charge, and I am not in charge. I merely enact the will of the Force when it speaks to me.
You know, I would say if this were D&D insight check, however, no. I'm asking the Force directly. I want to do a Force roll. I want to ask the Force directly, especially since I'm on a planet that is like real Force sensitive.
Yes.
Is he telling the truth? Did you put this man in charge?
Okay, making a Force roll, please.
Is this the Force equivalent of asking for the manager?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you Karen the Force,
Yeah, I do. I very much do.
and you get the answer from the direct cosmic force of he's not in charge, I am, and I made him do this.
Congrats, Cedric. You just sent Krat down the dark side. Poof.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Like, that is not. All right. Okay. I'm listening to this guy now.
I didn't say the force was good.
No, I know.
The Force is.
And I'm not
Force
saying
is
that it
the
is
Force.
either. I'm just saying that I need confirmation because
the
Krat
Force-
holds the Force above all else.
The Force literally is.
Right. And he holds that above all else. And all he's
Yeah.
known, all he's been told his whole life is that trust the Force, follow the Force, listen to the Force. It's within you. And if he's asking, and if this person is saying, I hurt people for the good of the galaxy, and that's no different than what the Sith are doing, then he asked the Force, and he's like, "Is this guy legit?" And the Force is like, "Yeah, this guy's legit." Then it's like, okay, I guess. I mean, I have a lot to think about, but like,
Well, okay, so
fuck.
So think of it this way, Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
The Jedi ask themselves to sacrifice. The Sith ask others to sacrifice.
Yeah.
Both of them cause harm for the greater good.
Oh, I get that, but that's not what we're talking about here.
But that is the equivalence we are drawing here.
Yeah, I know. I get that, and I understand what's going on, and sort of, and like, but I again, but I don't think Krat would.
Suddenly, that's
He
Death
trusts-
Star idea doesn't seem to out.
He trusts in the Force. He trusts in the Force, and I rolled, and you told me yes. The Force is like, yeah, he did this because I willed it. So it's like, well, fuck.
Yep.
Got a lot of thinking to do. And I'm not very good at that, so we'll see how that goes.
You guys found the Vergence? You have some answers.
You
could
could say that. You could say we have answers. Sure.
I mean, so at this point, you guys have completed the council's task. You may have gained eldritch knowledge beyond what the council knows. What would you guys like to do now?
Krat wants to wear black and put a blue streak in his hair. What are you talking about? Like,
Because tonight will be the night that I will die for you.
yeah.
I'm digging emo Krat, I'm not gonna lie.
You know what? Odo's honestly curious. While Odo's not smart enough to know this.
Oh, so it
When
sounds
I
like your
was-
next drawing is emo Krat.
When I was a young boy, my father,
The Force.
the Force took me to see a marching
Into the
band.
city to see the Sith parade.
Odo while contemplating all of this, having seen visions that, let's be real, you guys are force sensitive. Your guys are used to other things intruding your mind. Odo is not. So Odo basically got the beginning and end of the universe flashed in his head for the first time and has no idea what to do with that information. So Odo is actually looking a little bit smaller than he usually does. But Odo Odo kind of looks around and goes, "Wait, wait. Did you know we were going to come here?"
Gonna make a roll on whether or not he's gonna answer that.
You motherfucker.
And he looks to you and goes, "It was a possibility. It may not have been you directly, but this timeline shows you."
So that means you wanted someone to be here after what you did.
Inevitably, when I created the world between worlds, somebody looked for answers.
So, in a way, and Odo is speaking so formally, he doesn't even recognize himself at this point. So, in a way, you summoned us here.
Arguably, that is what you could interpret it that way, yes.
So, why did you summon us? Why did God
In
summon
all
us?
honesty, because you asked the question. Instead of asking, how does this affect me? You asked, why did this happen? You sought not just the immediate ramification, but the cause. And while most people think they want to know the cause, they're actually looking for how the event plays out in the future.
Okay, that explains why we came here. That doesn't explain why you summoned us.
The best answer I can give you is that history isn't history unless somebody notices it. If no one else had observed this, it's like the tree falling in the woods. Would it really have happened? Yeah, you guys felt the effects, but now you guys know what it is. Whether or not you distribute the information is up to you.
This motherfucker wanted us to witness the Big Bang for no other reason that somebody needed to.
Basically, yes.
I am so going to kill this motherfucker. Um,
So,
go ahead, Juliet, motherfucker.
Zeta is trying not to let her head explode. Um, and kind of pacing a little bit and has her hands like that stereotypical fingers pushed together thing that I'm doing, but you can't see it. Um,
The anime girl fingers push?
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
sure. I have so many questions.
I understand.
Does Zeta say that out loud, or is
Yes.
this just Jules? Okay. Uh, Ned stands upright
Oh.
and goes, "As do I." He takes off his universal translator, drops it on the ground, takes off his rifle, drops it on the ground, takes off his saber, drops that on the ground, takes off his overrobe, his utility belt, and just starts walking.
Where are you going?
Yeah, in what direction?
Doesn't matter. He just starts walking.
Odo speaks up one more time, unless, Jules, you have another question you want to ask.
I do, but it feels like a bad time.
Oh, great, Miss Powerful Big Bang Asshole. Is there something you would like us to do for you?
No. You are but witnesses.
Super cool.
You know
The
what,
goal of
sir?
this
What do we do
campaign
now?
was the goal of the campaign up to this point has been you guys can ask anything. Once you meet the Vergence, you have a direct line to the Force. You have access to all knowledge. Are you broken, or will you find a way forward?
You know what, Mr.
He
Force
asks
Man?
to the party with the collective intelligence of 4.
You know what, Mr.
Because
Force Man?
it's just Ned. It's just-
You know what, Mr. Force Man? I have witnessed. You know what? How about I ask for 2 pieces of knowledge? No, take that back. 1 piece of knowledge. And a request. I would like the coordinates of this planet and a portal back to the Jedi Temple, please. Or better yet, the old Republic's chain of command office. I would like to speak to a general right now, please.
Okay. Your request is easily enough granted, and a portal opens beside you.
Oh, yeah, and the coordinates to this planet if I would like to come back and ask more questions.
Those, again, are given to you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for your time. I look at Zendaya going, do you want to come with me?
Not without Ned.
Ned, I have a place
I
back
have
to
more
sanity.
Ned keeps walking.
Motherfucker. I run towards Ned, I pick his ass up, and I drag him through the portal.
I'm gonna argue that that is a contested check.
I chirp in protest because I don't have my translator on.
Like he can stop
Would
me. I
Ned
pick
fight
his
it?
ass up.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Ned fights absolutely.
Okay. So Odo, it is gonna be your. I would say this is a brawl check against Ned's physique. I know that this is arguably not a great roll for Ned, but
Ned, what's your
so
brawn?
what is Ned's? What is Ned's brawn?
You're only against 2 purple.
Come here, dumbass.
Okay. Zeta loses her cool a little.
Okay.
I
So
looked
arguably, I think Ned is being dragged back towards this portal.
Ned looks over to the guy and goes in his own language, no one can really understand him, but he asks, should I privately message you or just say it out loud?
That is up to you, but arguably, no one else is going to understand you. Okay. Hmm. How to deal with this?
Does the father understand that language?
The father understands everything.
I was gonna say, arguably, the Force understands the intent, and well, got them to play with. Why not?
Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Ned disappears from your arms, Odo.
Where did he go?
Ned, where'd you go?
Not here.
So arguably, he is no longer in sight.
Okay, this is Zeta. Everyone stop. Just stop. Stop moving, stop leaving, stop.
So Odo grabs Ned. Ned just disappears into our
That is
eyes.
correct.
Oh,
That is correct.
I turn to the father, whatever we want to call him. Where did he go?
He asks to not be here, and I granted his request.
Great.
so where did you
Where
put
is
him?
he?
He is far away from here.
On this planet?
He has asked that I not tell you.
This will be the first time that Krat curses. He goes,
Oh,
"Tell tell me where he helling is."
Zeta's trying not
Again,
to laugh.
He's not very good at it.
he's
He
he's
has
trying his
asked
best.
that I
He's
not
very upset.
tell
Right. He's very upset right now.
He asked that I not tell you where he was. He wishes to be alone.
Is he
Asshole.
okay? Is he somewhere safe?
Yes, he has come to no harm.
Okay. I think all of us need some understanding.
I would
What
agree.
what makes you any different than the Sith? For one.
What makes the
That was my
Jedi different?
first question.
I knew that answer was coming.
So did I.
What makes the
Look.
Jedi different from the Sith?
We don't needlessly make other people suffer.
No, you needlessly make yourself suffer.
That's fine. It's our own choice.
Again,
Other people
you
don't get
are
that choice if you make
actively,
them suffer.
but you are still actively creating suffering, no matter whom you choose to suffer.
That is not how that works.
And you are
Rat
imposing
takes consent
your,
very seriously.
you are also imposing your laws and order on other places in the galaxy, whether or not they consent.
I look
Wanna
I look
fucking agree?
I look to Zeta. I don't even say anything. I just look at her with this smile of, you know, this ain't gonna do anything.
Zeta's just pissed.
I
Both the Jedi and the Sith are forces of order. Their conflict creates chaos, and thus balance.
I point to the portal again that was made, and I'm like, shall we go?
Not yet.
Zeta, we're not getting anywhere with this.
I need answers.
You're not getting them from this guy.
Why 4 seconds? I turn back to him.
There are 4 discrete moments in time that need to happen. I had to anchor the Force to those 4 moments in time.
Why? Why do those specific things need to happen? Like, why? There are still infinite possibilities, are there not?
There were.
Why can't that be the way it is?
Hmm?
Why does that have to change? Why, like, now all of a sudden
This
we
is
don't have a
He
choice in the
doesn't
future?
answer. He doesn't answer.
Living beings should always have a choice.
Living beings should always have a choice.
You gave us none.
And I didn't get a choice either.
Does that
Bullshit.
mean that you should impose it on other people?
I did the will of the Force.
God damn it, you got Krat again there with that one.
I
You sneaky
urge,
bastard! You got Krat again.
I look to Krat and I look to Zeta and I point at the goddamn door again.
I don't know if Krat wants to leave though. Because like if
I have the
one
coordinates.
final question.
I have the coordinates to come right back here if you want to keep talking to this dude.
No. One final question. You say that every being should be given a choice, yes?
Yes.
That is the difference typically between the Jedi and the Sith is choice.
A good argument.
Especially when it comes to your argument of suffering. If every being deserves its choice, the Sith give no choice on suffering. They just impose it where they see fit. As the Jedi will not impose suffering if the people genuinely do not want it.
I accept your argument, but your premise is not flawed, but not complete.
Explain.
What happens when the Jedi win?
Well, hopefully peace reigns among the galaxy, and we can show everyone how good of a feeling the Force is, and we can show them the Force's love and
And
embrace.
if they choose not to, if they
That is their
choose
choice.
instead, you will not make them choose.
I will not make them choose. I think,
But
much
are
like
you
Krat
my
the
says-
friend,
Jedi?
Krat says,
I-
and they will be made to, and draws his lightsaber.
I was gonna say, but and the question he responds to that is, but are you the Jedi?
I will give you an example. My friend Ned believes that the Force is not real. However, it is, regardless of what he says. But I let him have his little moment to believe that it's not. I give him the
Indeed.
choice, and I don't impose any force upon him. However, the Force acts through him regardless.
So you acknowledge that you are right only because you believe it.
That's a short circuit right there.
Man, Krat's doing this to himself at this point.
I know, but like he
I-
can't not ask
I
questions.
grab.
No. It's very true.
I look Krat in the eyes. Don't you think the council should know about this?
Um, this
Okay,
would be
We're gonna take
this
a
would be
quick
the
2 minute
first
break
time.
'cause I have to pee.
Okay.
I will be
Do
right
you-
back, but please
Okay.
consider what you're going to respond. Again,
Yeah.
I have to
No,
pee.
I know exactly how I respond. Yep. In the meantime, I'll finish this just for.
Zeta is not okay.
Yeah, neither is Ned.
Yeah.
I'm very unhappy that Ned disarmed himself,
Krat,
and I don't know where he is.
shouldn't the council know about everything you just said? And the
Oh,
knowledge that you've gained?
You are absolutely yeah, this is not Krat talking because I don't know if Cedric wants to be here for
He's
that.
off to the bathroom.
Right, I don't know if he wants to be here for that conversation, but you know, whatever, fuck it. Pratt has never like you've never been able to discern an emotion necessarily from Krat. Maybe by like tone, but never like from like visibly.
Of course.
He turns to you. He turns to you, and this would be the first time that I don't know. I guess like Oda would feel Krat kind of feeling an emotion like his, um, to where he would just go, "No."
All right, I am back.
The
Odo.
council may be wrong.
I have to agree on that one.
You both realize, and Odo looks at Zeta and looks at Krat, you both realize we're not going to get anywhere with this. This guy brought us out to solve a big fucking bang just so somebody could witness it. We are not here for some greater objective. We're not here for some greater understanding. We were brought to the beginning of the galaxy so we could see the pretty lights. That's it.
Zeta starts walking toward the portal and then stops and turns back to the father.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to contact Ned?
I am.
Is he in our galaxy or on this world?
He's on this world.
If he so chooses, please send him to us when he comes back.
If he so chooses, I will send him back to you.
Can Odo
And I look at
Can Odo
Go.
choose to go where Ned goes?
Ned
Don't
did
think
ask
we
to be
should.
alone. That command has not been revoked. You can ask it, but I don't think you're going to get what you want.
I was just curious if the father would do it or not. I still look at the door. Let's go.
Odo.
Yeah,
Do we take Ned's stuff or leave it here?
he left it. He doesn't care about it.
Now, Krat's lightsaber is also on my person.
Wait,
It's fine.
you kept Krat's lightsaber out of everything you dropped?
I did.
What the
Okay.
fuck? Okay. Yeah, no. I look at that stuff and I'm like, he dropped it. He doesn't care about it. Why should we?
Alright. I look at the father again and I say, please tell him where we went.
I will.
You coming, Krat?
A quick check of how far away is Ned with Seek, if I can?
Yeah, you can see it.
Hmm.
It would take you weeks to get there.
We have our ship. No, we don't have our ship here. We came here through a door.
That is correct.
Fuck. How do we get Zeta's ship back? On the next episode. Uh, fuck.
Hold up.
Um,
Hold up. I want my ship. Zeta
yeah,
realizes
you
this
might.
same moment
Yeah.
and goes, "Where's my ship?"
Zeta, you know what? Zeta,
Your
how
ship
about
is
you
still on
go?
Avalon.
Zeta, how about you go with Krat to get your ship? I'll report to the council since nobody else wants to.
Don't tell the council everything.
Oh no, I will not tell the council anything about what just happened here.
Okay, thank you. Maybe we will later, but just not yet.
Perfectly fine, I understand.
I turn back to the father. Can you take us to Adelon?
A second portal appears.
Thank you.
Uh, um, I want to. I will absolutely leave with everybody. But I want to throw, and this may not reach him. I don't know, but I want to kind of push the limits of my speaking, and just as far as I can for one person, just to say like, Ned, be careful as I'm walking through the door.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a roll or anything, but
Uh, if you would like to spend a destiny point, I think you could make it reach Ned.
nah, it's not worth it for a destiny point.
I think it is, to be honest.
You think so? I'll use one for it.
I mean, we've got 5,
Yeah, might as well then.
and
Fuck
we're
it.
getting out of this area.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it.
Yep. Fine then. I've been convinced very easily. Yeah, use a destiny point.
Okay. Spend your destiny point, and Ned, you hear Pratt's voice quietly in your mind. Ned, be careful.
And in response, you hear a voice reply back, which has never happened. He always responds outwardly.
Uh-huh.
And you hear him go, "I'm sorry, old friend. This is my place."
You know, I think
You're back on your home planet, aren't you, you little asshole?
No, he is not.
No,
I'm
he's
very
on
much
the
he's
not.
wall.
here on this planet.
Okay.
I started doing this like 20 minutes ago, but I think it's very fitting. There you go.
And I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I think it's very fitting for right now.
Yep.
You do not know where
Okay.
Ned is.
Does that mean
Where
that
are you?
does that mean that Zeta and Krat are back on, or at least back on Adelon, getting their ship, and I am now in front
Mhm.
of the Jedi Council?
Arguably, you are somewhere on Coruscant within walking distance of the council because
Yeah,
I'm
one more
not opening a
question.
portal directly into the
Imagine.
council chamber.
Imagine just the council sends our little team off, and the only person who returns by teleportation, mind you, is the non-force sensitive.
So Odo has walked through and is on Coruscant. If Zeta wants to ask her question before she goes through the portal, she can.
I assume at this point Krat has walked through. I'm about to, and I turn around. How do we get to the world between worlds?
When I tied the world between worlds to past and present, I created portals through the universe. If you are clever, look in the past, and you will find a way.
God damn it, I hate riddles.
I run. I sprint as fast as I can to either military command or to the Jedi Council.
And I
Okay.
walk through the portal.
Arguably, you are right outside the temple, so it's going to take you a little bit, but you are stopped by security because it's Odo, Texas, and Odo, Texas is moving with a purpose. So you see a couple of troopers converging on you, going, "So we're going to have to ask to see some ID?"
I literally punch them in the face as I run by.
All right.
Imagine you're just a security guard, and you're like, "Hey, stop!" And this huge shark man just whacks you aside like you're nothing. Like,
Okay, so Odo is running through the
I'm
temple.
back.
I'm gonna have to think of how Odo is not stopped by the Sentinels and the Republic Guard. We're gonna deal with Trat and Zeta first.
Wait, what is Odo doing? Hold on. What?
Odo
I
is
leave
being
for
Odo.
5 seconds.
Okay,
Odo
group
is
up.
back
Just
on
unravels.
Coruscant. This whole thing is
Yeah.
falling apart.
Yeah. Who is he attacking though? Why are you? I
He is
literally
not attacking anybody.
I may have heard
Odo
this
is
wrong,
trying to
but
reach the council, and unfortunately, he isn't explaining himself. He's just running. So,
yeah.
big shark man running toward council chamber raises alarm bells.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
Just a little bit.
So,
Quick question for the conversation earlier. Was either Zeta or Krat, did they hear the coordinates that were given to Odo? Like, do we know? Okay, so we do know where that planet is.
yes.
I
Okay,
immediately put
cool.
it in the astrogation thingy-majigger.
From the ship?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
As soon as we get back to your ship? Yeah, okay. I was going to say, like, we need to go back for Ned immediately.
Okie dokie. You want to make an astrogation check?
No, I tell R9 to do it.
Hmm?
I tell R9 to do it.
Okay.
takes one look at the Navi computer and goes, "I'm not doing that shit. You do
Yeah,
it."
pretty much.
Why do I have you if you're not gonna do that?
Astrogation.
Rat rolls astrogation because he's good at it for some reason.
He's not good at anything else intellect-wise, but my god, does he know the stars?
He does know the stars. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
I
He almost
feel like
kissed Krat. He almost kissed Krat. That's 3 triumphs. Almost.
I feel like
Hang
you
on.
double
That is not a
clicked.
roll.
Yeah, I
That
feel
is
like you
not a
double clicked your roll.
Excuse me?
I did. That is incorrect
Hey,
in the extreme.
Cedric.
How the
Hey,
fuck did
Cedric,
that happen?
just use it. Just use it. Just go with it. Just roll
Nope.
with it, baby.
Nope.
Just be
No,
chill
we are
about
not
it.
doing
Hey,
that.
be
You rolled
chill about it.
astrogation and
Cool.
computers.
Yeah, I did. So that is not
Totally
correct.
chill.
That is
Totally
absolutely
chill.
not correct. Goodbye.
I do
Totally
want to
chill.
remind
Alright.
people the most positive dice you can roll like that is 6.
So that is
Yeah,
the actual
fine.
roll.
I mean, another destiny point. Can we choose that for him? Is
I
it
mean,
worth
you
it?
can.
Yeah, I'd like everyone's opinion on that one.
I
Kinda feels worth it.
I have to admit, I'm outside the group on this one right now. It literally is up to you and Krat.
If it were
Okay,
up
but
to
player-wise.
No, like even player-wise, your destiny point usage is not going to bother me at all. I have no say in the matter.
if it's up to honestly, if it's up to just us two, Krat would use like 4 destiny points just to get that, like, because he's not going to allow a 30-year friendship end on "I'm sorry, this is where I am." He needs at least 2 more sentences to explain what he's doing. But yeah, I would like to use a destiny point at least to get 1 success in there.
Okay. Go ahead. I will spend the destiny point. And you are able to successfully find this. It is somewhere in the unknown regions. But you have a precise location because the father gave it to you.
How far away is that?
It's going to take a hot minute to get there.
We can't go right now.
Yeah,
Nope.
we can't go right
I
now.
mean, you can.
Unfortunately, specifically, this is Zeta talking to Krat. Unfortunately, Ned has chosen to be there, and we can't go out there right now. That's weeks. We have
It
to
would
figure some
take
shit out
approximately
first.
a month and a half for you guys to go all the way across the galaxy.
Krat just realizes what, like, understands what you're saying, looks at you, looks down at the floor, looks back at you, and just goes, "What a bitch!" And then, in reference to Ned, and then like walks off.
I pat you on the shoulder for you too.
Okay. As you guys are contemplating your
Arm.
next move, Odo, I want you to roll a straight athletics check. It's going to be against 1 red, 2 purple.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
Okay.
I can do it this way, though. I still get 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you do get 2 successes, which that is 2 checkpoints successfully cleared. So you barrel through the first one, and you bypass completely the first round of Jedi Sentinels that are coming to grab you, and you almost make it to the council chamber before you are caught.
As soon as I'm caught, I need to speak with the council!
You are not cuffed, but restrained. You keep your autonomy, but you have people guarding you, and you are escorted to the council chamber.
Perfect. I walk in, I see the council, however many holograms are there. I assume at
It's
this
still
point...
mostly holograms.
Yeah. I assume at this point they know what I look like.
Mm-hmm. They are well aware who Odo Texas is because they did hire you.
Yeah.
They just told you not to do something, and here you are back.
Hi, everybody. Did you miss me?
You see Solbar, the headmistress of the council, looks at you and goes, "Where the fuck have you been?"
Oh, just talking with the... Hold on. Okay. Oh, I was just talking with the source of Sith power, that's all.
Mm.
I need Ned to make a, or not Ned, Odo to make a. I'm trying to think of what check this would be because it's not coercion, it's not charm, maybe negotiation. You're telling the truth, so.
That's the thing. Am I
but
really
you're still
lying?
gonna have to convince a lot of people that you spoke to the Force, so this is gonna be a hell of a check.
All right, give me the difficulty. I'm not getting this
I
one apparently.
would argue it would be coercion, simply because he's saying it in a very threatening way.
It doesn't matter. It's the
I can
same
accept
dice.
that.
It's
So
the
it's gonna be
same dice roll.
coercion. This is gonna be a 3 red check.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, there we go.
Nice. Those are some angry fucking dice. Holy
yeah,
shit.
because they know that I'm trying to upend Cedric's
Dice said
entire
no.
campaign.
Yeah, certainly angrier than when I was rolling that fucking astrogation check. That made no goddamn sense.
Yeah.
They were saving
Okay.
up all their failures.
So, Odo, you aren't dismissed out of hand, but it's very clear that you're being patronized. They don't believe what you're telling them.
My 3 teammates are now dead or gone.
Fucking assholes.
If you want to put an end to this war right now, and I mean right now, you need to go to the coordinates that I give you and glass the planet to non-existence.
I'm not hearing Geo. Am I the only one?
Hello?
No,
I
I'm
mean,
not hearing him.
Yeah, I'm not hearing him either.
That's
Okay.
that's
Go.
weird. Look, Discord acts funny.
Oh
Nope.
yeah, no. Believe me, I know.
Feeling you were talking, and I was like, I can't hear him.
I was like, okay. I need every one of you to hear me when I tell you that most of my friends are either dead or gone. If you want to end this war right now, you need to go to the coordinates that I tell you and bomb this planet back to non-existence.
You show the coordinates. You see confusion from several of the... Actually, you know what? I need Geo to roll a streetwise check. This is going to be 2 purple with 1 black because the person you're seeing is a hologram.
2 purple with 1 black.
2 purple with 1 black.
I'm going to spend a destiny point to give myself a yellow. There we go.
Okay. So, with that threat, I will spend that in a second, but your success, you see that one of the members of the council, a Cuso, so if you guys, most of you haven't seen Clone Wars, but there's a bounty hunter who uses his hat as a weapon, who's very, very jumpy.
Yes.
It's that species as a Jedi Master.
Are you
You see
introducing
his
Odd
eyes
Job into
narrow.
this?
I'm sorry?
Are you introducing Odd Job into this?
Who throws a shoe?
Honestly.
It's not quite Odd Job, but it's very similar.
Okay.
So you see his eyes narrow a little bit, not in recognition, but in surprise, as if he recognizes the area that this planet you're sending might be.
I am telling you, here and now, to win this war, this planet is rotten to the core and must be destroyed. Not glassed, not restarted, not saved. Destroyed. Do that, and you will own my services for as long as I live, and you will have a permanent advantage over the Sith.
There's a few seconds of silence before the council erupts into, I would say, bickering. Isis raises a hand, and the voice is calm, eventually going to full quiet, and she says, Master Texas, we recognize that there might be some extraordinary circumstances that you're dealing with, but we cannot commit the entirety of the Republic forces to one simple mission with the rest of the Sith pressing on our borders. We'll send a scout ship to these coordinates. We will investigate your claims, but we will not commit the entire Republic fleet to an endeavor which we cannot verify.
I'm not asking you to commit your entire forces. I know what the war is about. I understand you still need to fight it. Send a dreadnought, drop a bunker buster, and blow up the fucking core. If you want help, I'll
Odo.
even be a part of the ship.
Odo.
Yeah.
Arguably, super weapons like that aren't in development, but it's one of those, like, everyone has super weapons.
Yeah.
At that point, would Odo's communicator be beeping?
No, the council.
Okay. So you would see a light flashing from Isis's, and she says, yes. What is happening with Zeta and Krat?
We would. We're on our way to Coruscant.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
So Zeta and Krat's holograms would join the room. Because
Yes.
you guys are not physically there, but you could join the space.
Yes.
Okay.
I think Krat might be in like the back of the hologram, but is not present in the conversation because, quite
Okay.
honestly, he does not want to talk to the council right now.
Understandable.
Where like if they ask him something, he's there to answer, but he's not going to say anything.
Would
Alrighty.
we see Odo?
Yes, you see the entire council chamber and Odo.
Okay. So, okay, sorry.
I think
my
we all
brain is-
feel some way like that, Gio.
Yeah. My brain is trying to form words. I apologize.
Oh, Geo, I know that so well.
I will get into my emotions at the end of the game. I'm just letting you know
Yep.
where I stand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right there
This-
with you.
This was the session which things would either stop completely or
No,
Cedric.
you didn't stop it, Cedric. You stopped nothing. You
Cedric, this ends one of two ways. Either the campaign ends or I roll up a new character. Take your pick.
no, Krat might need you. Krat might need you.
Fine, but still.
Okay, so Zeta steps into the hologram, sees everyone and Odo is restrained, I'm guessing, still.
per usual.
I think at this point Odo has Jedi Sentinels behind him, but is not physically restrained.
Okay.
Like there's a couple temple guards at his shoulder, but Odo is
Oh.
he's not being held hostage. He's just
not
under observation.
He's not in the prisoner garb that you saw him at the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she pseudo bows. She doesn't really feel like doing much, but you know. Masters, we have, as Odo may have told you, found the Vergence and what caused the force to stop.
Honestly, that part escaped our notice. Mr. Texas, you didn't mention that.
Odo also said we were dead. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, I know. To be fair, I said
So you
all my.
found the Vergence.
To be said, I said all my friends are either dead or gone. I didn't declare which one you were.
Krat is visible too.
So, to be clear, you found the Vergence.
Oh yeah,
Did.
that's a good point. Ned isn't there.
Yeah.
However,
The council has
honestly,
voted-
would Ned have been in like the council? Like, would it be a cause for concern that Ned isn't there? Because I feel like we probably have contacted the council before, and you're not there.
Well,
they might not
it's
know
To be
it's
fair.
weird. It's weird that I didn't come back to report. I would say because Ned did always come back and report. That's something
fair.
that he always
Brad-
did. Because whenever he was sent
Yeah.
on a mission, he would come back and smugly tell them, "Yeah, I did it. See you later," and then leave.
Yeah.
Because he
okay.
did not like the council.
That's true.
Arguably, you guys could roll a streetwise check to see how the council is responding to the news you guys are getting.
I'll do that. I won't do well, but I'll do it.
What's the
Since I'm
difficulty?
not actually here, I'm just gonna mute myself and I'm gonna go I'm gonna go do something over here.
Let's say, Javen,
Is
you
there
deleted
any
yourself from the
difficulty to this?
campaign. Go fuck yourself.
I'm sorry?
What?
Okay, so
What's
difficulty
the
is going to
for this?
be 1 red and 1 purple.
Oh boy, that's not good. Yeah, I don't know what the
Yay.
fuck's going on. I
Yeah,
have no idea
Zeta,
what's going on.
the
I think it's
council
accurate,
is
though.
more surprised to be hearing from you than arguably they should be. It's like they told you not to investigate something. You're a seeker, you're gonna do shit, but they kind of expected you to drop this, and the fact they're very surprised that you didn't.
I'm going to ignore that insult.
All right. So you have reported that the Vergence has been found.
Yes.
You've
I
not
think
reported what the
Mistress-
Vergence is, but you've just said you found it.
Yes. I think Mistress What's-Her-Face was going to say something.
So, go ahead.
Never mind. No, you go first.
So you found the Vergence then?
We did.
And what was it?
This is where I don't know what to say. Cat, if you want to step in, please do.
Is it something we could use to win the war?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, it is not.
Okay. Krat will step in when they ask that and say, "In what way?"
Would it end the conflict?
Yes.
It.
In what way?
Would we be able to use it to defeat the Sith?
Yes.
No. It would absolutely end the conflict and the rest of the galaxy with it.
And Odo is not wrong. However, keep his intentions in mind. No offense, my good friend.
Shut the fuck up. You need to end this thing, and that's the way you do it. Go to this
Odo
planet.
ending this thing will end the fucking galaxy.
You don't know that. You only
Yes,
know what
I do.
Council, that thing is what's powering this entire conflict, and it just reset the galaxy for a fucking laugh.
It's powering the entire force.
You need to end this
It
thing.
is not. I am leaning more towards Odo's side. It is not powering the Force. The Force powers it.
If you want to end this war, if you want to bring balance, the only way to do it is to fucking nuke that planet.
I may have overspoke when I said I'm on Odo's side. I just know that this planet and this being are a pawn of the Force, not the other way around.
And yet, without the force, or without this being, I don't think the force would continue to exist at this point.
Which should we thank it or hate it?
Right now, it's just a thing.
Council,
Fair
you
enough.
need to understand that this thing does not give a shit about you or your cause. It is only here to make things worse. You want
Neither
to see
does
an
it
end?
give a shit about the Sith or their cause.
Damn straight it doesn't. And it's actually helping the opposite end by just merely goddamn existing. You want to end this, smoke that planet, and get on with this war.
I believe we've heard enough. Knight Zayda Ra, Knight Krat Harrison, and Republican Commando Otto Texas. We are remanding you to the custody of the Republic Guard while we investigate the veracity of your claims. You will surrender your weapons, and you will be escorted to a safe house where we can independently verify your information.
Son of
Absolutely
a bitch.
not.
I came here seeking your aid to end this entire conflict, and you respond by throwing me back in prison?
Okay. So here's how this is going to play out. Do you guys fight? Do you guys submit to the arrest? Or do you guys go down in a blaze of glory? It's really up to you, but we have a couple of options here.
Well, the
now-
problem is that the
now-
options.
Now, here's the thing.
Council is not changing its mind.
I'm
options.
not in the group, but there is also an option to run.
That's Zeta's
There
plan.
is.
Right. And that's where me and Zeta fall. But for, again, this choice varies very, very differently for all of us. With me and Zeta being in the same, like, we are together. But for all the three groups, this has very, very different outcomes here.
Mhm.
Because me and Zeta can just run. That's easy. Ned doesn't even know this is going on. So he's just like chilling on his paradise world for all we know.
We'll get to Ned in just a second.
Right. But for me and Zeta, I mean, Pratt has been given reason to think that the council is not being truthful with them, or that their intentions are not perfect like he once thought they were. Odo is basically a prisoner of war at this point. like, which is not going to go over well for him.
Fucking yikes.
But there's no way that me or Zeta will convince them to release him until they have decided what they want to do.
Or be able to get him out.
Not to mention you're implying
Right,
that
that's what I
Odo
mean.
would sit there and let them put him back in jail when he
Right,
wants
we
to
still have-
when he still wants to nuke a planet.
Right. We have a 2-week journey to get back to you. Like, there is a lot that can happen in 2 weeks.
I am
Oh,
generally
wait.
of the opinion at the moment that Odo
Yeah.
can sit in jail.
Shit, okay, so Odo's the only one in actual danger, because I
Yep.
forgot the other two are
Yes.
via holocall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No,
They can
Odo
get
is the only
away.
one in actual danger here. Me and Zeta could just go to you for all we care. Like if well, I mean we don't want to,
Odo.
obviously. But that is technically a choice. Like we could leave the council altogether because it's just me and her in a ship. I mean with the crew, but it's like whatever. But
Good
like
choice.
Odo is
Odo.
the one that we need to worry about right now because, you
Need
know,
everyone to
Odo
The
he
council
will become a prisoner and he's not going to do well as a prisoner.
Oh, I'll
need
do
everyone
I'll
to
do
stop
fucking
for a
fine as a
second.
prisoner.
Mm-hmm. Not a Jedi prisoner though.
Okay. Odo is the only one in the council chamber. Odo,
Yeah.
you have some cards to play.
Yep.
None of them are
Certainly
pretty,
does. Putting it
But-
lightly.
there are some things you can do. You have contacts, and if you need to make a quick exit, I'm pretty sure even in the Jedi Temple, there are ways you could cause enough havoc to get away.
I hold my arms out as to await being arrested. However, as I do that, I will surrender myself to you willingly. I only request that I make 3 visits before I re-enter prison and your security, and then you can do whatever you want with me.
And you are being completely truthful while saying this.
Absolutely. I need to visit 3 people, and I will surrender myself to you willingly. You can do whatever you want.
The council weighs your request and accepts. Okay, so we're going to pause for a second because Javen has been very, very patient, but I want to find out what's going on with Ned.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
I honestly wasn't.
Are you
I
kidding?
honestly was not
Javen brought
expecting
his
to
ass
talk.
out of the game.
I was not expecting to talk. Yeah, sure.
all right. So, Javen, how you doing?
Oh, Javen's fine. I'm doing fine.
How's
Ned
Ned?
is not well at all.
So, last you and I had a little bit of, you and I have been messaging a little bit. You said that Ned was meditating. What exactly is Ned meditating on?
Ned has not meditated in about 20 years,
Oh shit.
which is why his root chakra is blocked because he has not meditated in 20 years.
I feel like Ned would
Valid.
use his building as his meditation, like
Basically,
in replacement of meditation.
Yeah, and unfortunately, when you're dealing with the Force, nothing can really replace that.
Right.
You can have like different kinds of meditation, but you still have to like reflect and restore. Because even the Sith meditate. It's a different kind of meditation, but even the Sith meditate. Ned has had so many things happen to him over the course of a couple of hours that completely unmade all of his viewpoints that he has solidified in himself for basically his whole life. At at about I'm gonna say 10 years old, he came to the realization that the Force isn't real. It's bacteria. It's bacteria called midichlorians, and they interact with every living thing. That's why it doesn't affect droids as much. That's why like he had it all figured out until he teleported. And that was the first thing that kind of shook something.
Yeah.
Then he went to another dimension. And then he went to a planet that doesn't exist, quote unquote. And then, because I told myself, I'm like, okay, I know where we are. And I told myself before the session started, while I was at work today, and I told myself, if Ned has one more thing that fractures him, he's going to give up. And lo and behold, he saw the entire galactic timeline flash before his eyes in the matter of 10 seconds. So, when that happened, and Zeta said, I have so many questions, that's what kind of snapped.
Okay.
And he said, you know what? I also have a lot of questions. So in order to do that, he did his 1 presence, 2 willpower, 4 intelligence result of I'm going to strip myself of everything I know, completely untether myself, and throw myself into this new puzzle.
Okay.
So that's what he did. And so Ned is, quite honestly, unless he is disturbed or asked any questions, that is all he is going to be doing.
Okay. So if that's all you're doing, you can message me any questions Ned has. And on that, you guys know you are on Mortis. Mortis is essentially the funnel for the Force. So you can directly ask the Force questions, should you so choose. You just happen to talk to the Father, and the Father was the viewpoint, because Father is still a living being in some respects. But if Ned is meditating, he might be able to ask more direct questions of the Force.
Yeah. And he
have,
might.
If you have any questions, free.
Not out loud. Not out loud.
Yeah, again, just when I said that, it's more for if you want to message them to me, because
The rest of the group isn't going to hear any of them.
Yeah, no, will do.
Meantime,
But yeah, unless he's disturbed, Ned has nothing to say. He's made his bed, now he's lying in it.
Pratt and Zeta, you are on Zeta's ship. At this point, I feel like the council has cut the connection to you and expected you to follow orders. What would you like to do? Okay, talk to me.
Hold on, sorry. Okay. As Odo starts to give himself up, Zeta looks at Krat and subtly holds up 2 fingers.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Wow. You know, I think this is the first time that anyone's ever asked for consent to talk to Krat.
Odo does it.
You
Every now
know,
and
that's
then.
true.
Every now
Okay.
and then.
I would say out of his peripherals, Krat does not Krat sees this, knows what's going on, does not move his head, and is intently staring ahead at the council, but goes, yes.
And that's just direct to me, right?
Yes.
Okay. I go, ready to cut ties and get the fuck out of here?
They imprisoned my friend.
Odo, unfortunately, will have to take care of himself.
And I believe he will. If, of all of us, I truly believe he will have the least trouble taking care of himself.
Yeah.
However, it does not make what I think they're doing morally correct.
No, I very much agree. And I'm rather done with being a part of the Jedi Order.
Krat looks down at the floor for a few seconds and then looks back up at the hologram, but it is meant to be like a looking up at Zeta and being like, agreed.
I look at the Masters. Masters, we respectfully decline your wishes. We will not be turning ourselves in. Goodbye. And I cut this transmission.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Try and
Alright.
find me, bitch.
Come get some, motherfucker.
And I stop the transport or the travel to Coruscant as well.
Can
can
I
throw
have
a
Zeta
speeder
roll?
bike at you.
Can I have Zeta roll a straight intelligence check to purple?
Okay. That is my intelligence. 2. So just 2 green.
2 green intellect check, yeah.
Okay.
Ayo.
Yeah, Zeta, it's easy enough to
cool?
think about it. The Jedi have transponder.
Oh yeah, that was
beacon.
already in the plan.
Just making sure, but yeah, just pointing it out to you, like
Wait, I don't get
disable
it.
the transponder
Explain.
beacon.
I
What do you
drop
mean?
us out of hyperspace and immediately start sweeping the ship, cutting out any and all transponders.
Nope, don't even worry about it. Compass, quest marker. Oh. Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
Holy shit.
What the oh my god!
Whoa.
Now the
Oh,
question
that
mean,
is
is,
a
like-
DM
I mean,
dream.
I have to use it, right?
You don't have to, but I have some
Oh,
shit.
No,
if
I'm
you'd like
asking.
to.
No, I'm not asking you, Cedric. Shut the fuck up, Cedric. You have no say in this. Everyone else, I have to use it, right?
You don't
Would
have a
Krat
fucking
use
choice
it?
at this point.
I mean, dude, that roll,
I'm
the
denying
scenario,
the
it's
Jedi
too,
Order. This is the
it's,
biggest. This is the highest force roll I've ever rolled.
and it's all dark side.
It's all
Yes.
double dark side points. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I have to, right?
Kraft
and
just
you know,
became
and you know,
Darth, like Jesus.
and here's the thing, correct me if I'm wrong, but on the D12 that is the force dice, I think there's only one or
Yes.
two double dark results
Yes, you
There's
are
on the
only
entire
one.
right.
dice.
There's only
There's
There
only
are-
one. There's only one.
There's only,
I have the
there is
dice in my
one
hand right
double
now.
light. There is one double dark. There are several single dark and several single light, and there are 2 blank spots. I'm pretty sure.
Javen, that is the
There-
equivalent of rolling 4 12s exactly at the same time.
Yeah.
So I have to
Which-
take it.
You have to, Thomas. Honestly, a roll this rare with this kind of situation, personally, I would say use all
Yeah.
of them and find all of the
Right, no.
transponders.
Right. Yeah, that's what, okay. And this is just I don't understand the mechanics of this game. If I use all 8 versus 1, does that change the level of conflict or whatever that it gives me?
Yes, it is a point of conflict for each one.
I mean, it's too perfect though.
I
Use.
agree. So
You know what? And so how conflict happens, Thomas, is you roll a D10 once you
Mhm.
have all of your at the end of the session. So honestly, I think it'd be very funny if you took the 8 conflict and then rolled like a 10, so you gain 2 morality.
yeah, it'd be funny.
You
I'm
know
gonna go
what?
pee.
You know what? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I just want good.
I'm
Give
gonna
me a
pee.
second.
Thomas, think about what you want to ask.
Okay. So I take the 8. What happens? Mechanically. Hello?
This is not an answer I know.
Yeah. Hey, Javen or Geo,
Yeah,
Yeah, what's up?
I take the 8. What happens mechanically?
at
So
the
mechanically,
end of the campaign.
well, no. So how, like, so are you talking about you take the 8 results and like what happens with that many results?
I go 8 dark side.
Ah,
Cedric
so
will tell me the result. What happens mechanically
so
when I choose a dark side point?
yes, so on your character sheet, you're gonna scroll down to your second page and you'll see your little morale bar
Armor,
underneath
weapons.
underneath character motivations, near total duty, total obligation.
Oh, I was on the third page. Okay. Yes.
The-
Yes.
Okay, so you see where
Character
conflict is?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna just punch the number 8 right in that.
Yep. I have
And then-
58 morality. Is that right?
Yes. So
Cool.
what happens now is, and we technically we should do it at the end of every session, but I mean, it's up to the DM and when people roll morality, because honestly, the morality the system is kind of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But so now what happens is at the end of the session, you're going to roll 1d10, and
Mhm.
based off of what that 1d10 rolls, like say you roll a 5, you will
Mhm.
lose or you will drop 3 morality points.
Okay, that's
So
fine.
if you roll like a 9 or a 10, you actually gain a single or 2 morality for doing all this dark side garbage, which is
Okay.
kind of funny.
Yeah,
which
that
means
is
that
funny.
which honestly is like it might even, if you roll like a 9 or a 10, it might even be like Krat feels freed now that he's no
Yeah.
longer holding himself to this kind of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense too, because with my emotional strength, I wrote as serenity of just like chill, like he's just a chill dude. But then emotional weakness is obsession with the force. So that absolutely tracks.
right.
Cedric, I'm taking all 8 force dark side points.
Understood. What specifically so you're using this for what? A quest marker?
Yes, on what was it? The trackers that the transponders.
Yeah,
So any
transponders.
trackers that the
Okay.
any trackers that the Jedi Order has on you?
Anything
Yes,
that could possibly
so-
let
so
them
I
find
think-
us.
Yeah, so Krat feels for the first time in his life semi-violated. Like
Mhm.
he does not want these people he does not trust anymore, these people who may not have his entirely nonviolent ideals in mind, he doesn't want them looking at him at all, especially because he is the most vulnerable he's ever been. So he is going to tap into this insecurity and this anger and this I guess just selfishness, just general selfishness. That to be like, where are these transponders? They cannot locate us at all.
Okay. So there is obviously the big transponder beacon that Zeta is disabling.
Mm-hmm. And Krat doesn't know
But
how to
there's-
disable these, so he will just relay to Zeta and R9, like, hey, there's one here, there's one here as well. If he
Yeah,
sees
about
them.
telling R9.
Yeah.
Is he part of the Jedi Council?
He's the
I mean-
transponder.
Okay, I tell Zeta, it is the transponder.
I shut R9 down temporarily.
With 8 points, that ain't gonna do it.
Shutting him down?
Shutting him down is not going to turn off the fact that he is essentially wirelessly connected to the. Think of it like a computer in sleep mode. He's still connected to something.
We're still above the original planet we were on, right? Like we haven't gone into hyperspace. We're still.
I mean,
No,
we started
arguably, you
hyperspace,
guys
but we were
had
in it for
left
like an hour.
Oh, okay. Krat goes, if we put him in a storage closet and opened a window, and then shrugs.
Would I be able to know if there's something we could disconnect?
The
Turn
the
off
the
transponder?
the meditative voice of Ned washes over you and goes, "Wipe his memory first. Wipe his memory. Jettison him into space."
Krat responds,
If we are
there's no
being-
fucking way I'd think about that.
If we are being perfectly honest, the only way to disable R9 is to dismantle him.
That's fine. Let's just leave him somewhere. Okay, let's just leave him somewhere that we go. Wherever we go, let's leave him somewhere else. Because, quite honestly, if the council finds him, they won't dismantle him or repurpose him. He has valuable information.
He does. He also has valuable use to us.
Does he, though?
Well, if nothing else, just astrogation.
He has
But he's
been.
he also causes issues and is an active beacon for the Jedi Order to follow you.
This is where I run into problems playing a character who would not come up with this. It's like, do I? Because it's like the information that R9 has been given has nothing to do with us and would not help them find us.
And
Maybe
R9
it would help them find Ned.
Story because you didn't bring him with you.
Exactly.
Right. I
And
don't
and
want them
and
to find Adelon either, though.
but maybe they could find Ned, but like Ned didn't say like I'm not a part of this anymore. He's gone. He hasn't said anything. So like if we just dropped him off at like the nearest planet and then hyperspaced away, like I mean,
Unfortunately, I think that's our best bet.
he doesn't have info that could lead them to us. He could be like, "Oh yeah, we went around and we went to this planet, went through a weird door." Or no, he wasn't with us. So he's like, "We went to this planet, then they came back like a few hours/days later, and then they dropped me off here." Hooray! But that's
That's
me
what you'd like
talking
to do.
versus Krat talking. Krat's just gonna say, "Let's put him in a storage closet and open a window."
Zeta kind of smirks.
For once, I'm on Odo's side of removing the droid.
You mean Ned's side?
No, Odo didn't like the droid, if I recall.
Well, to be fair,
That's
I just
true.
bullied
Ned
the
just wanted
droid.
to
I
like him.
didn't hate the droid. I just bullied him.
It seems like
Ned,
something that Oda would do.
Ned was
Hee.
constantly trying to erase his memory.
Yeah, yeah. I would try and erase his memory, although the only method I know is just pouring coffee on him.
So Zeta has shut down R9 in
Yeah.
general to start with.
Mm-hmm.
And in starting to try to maybe look around, take off an access panel, something like that.
Rat's fingers approaching a window down button
I wave my
very
hand. I'm
slowly.
like, stop it.
Very. Sorry.
And I decide that one, I can't do this. Maybe Ned could, but I couldn't. And two, I don't want them even finding Adelon. Give me 1 second, sorry.
See, this is fun because this were my droid, I would just fucking destroy it. But it's not.
Were I there, I would be like, oh yeah, I can fix this. Absolutely.
Right, and yet you decided to leave. So we're
To
just
be
like,
fair, that's exactly what Ned would.
It
oh
is
no,
what Ned would do.
no, I'm hating on Ned, not Javen.
Yeah.
I'm hating on Ned, because when the one mechanic in the party leaves, when no one has any mechanical knowledge, and the one mechanic leaves, it's like when you don't have a filter on your fridge anymore. You're like,
Yep.
fuck! Like, I didn't realize how much of a convenience this was.
Yeah, basically.
Like, god damn it, we can't do anything.
All right. Well.
Okay, so sorry about that. So Zeta
You're good.
realizes that she can't fix this, and again, maybe Ned could, but she cannot. And that the best bet is, in fact, to wipe his memory because she doesn't want the Jedi finding Adelon either. And
All right. Make
leave
a
him somewhere.
mechanics or a computers check. Probably a computers check.
While you're making this, Zeta, I can always help you find him again.
Yeah, he won't be the same, but that's okay.
Do you really think that they won't?
You said computers? Not
Yes.
showing up
Computers
on
check or
this.
mechanics, whichever is higher. Probably computers because this is going in and wiping someone's memory.
They are exactly the same.
Okay, then we're going to use computers because arguably that's what this is. It's going to be 2 purple and 2 black.
Look. I feel like wiping the memory wouldn't be that hard.
Pull out the
Have you
hard drive
tried
and blow
pouring
on it.
coffee on it?
Right? There we go. That works. And it's appropriate because this would probably cause some strain. Hello?
I think Cedric's trying to figure out what he's gonna do next.
All right. So you are able to access and wipe his memory.
But
And I'm going to use that threat for something.
yeah,
Okay.
but what's the but, Cedric?
That's for me
What
to
is
know and
it?
you to find out.
It's a very minor threat. It's very. It is
Uh-huh.
one minor threat.
Uh-huh.
I will remind the court it is a single threat.
Oh, I'm not using it for anything big.
Remind the
It
court.
is not going. It's not going to be anything big. Trust me. It's
and
not
that-
going to be like, oh, you find R9 and he's like the Sith Lord of everything. No, that's not going to be.
I
in
agree
this
with this
fitting of
statement,
Pratt,
however.
I do not understand how bad one threat is in my mind.
It's
I'm
not
treating
very
it.
bad.
I'm treating it as a negative, like a nat 1 in D&D.
It's
But
not. Think of it like rolling it's like rolling 2 under the DC. It feels bad, but it's not great.
Okay.
So yeah, I know exactly what it's going to get used for. It is consequential to the story, but you guys don't know what it is.
Alright, so I do wipe his memory and take us to the nearest, pseudo nearest planet that's not Adelon and won't
All right.
mean anything.
Were you already in hyperspace when you
I think
were
so.
were you already on your way to Coruscant?
For like an hour, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
For like an hour? Okay, so you're gonna have to disengage the hyperspace engines and figure out where the fuck you are, and then figure out what the nearest planet is. So I'm gonna require an astrogation check.
Krat,
Couldn't
you're
I make one
halfway
as-
decent at that, right?
Yeah, can I make one?
Yeah.
I like
And
to think that I like to think that every astrogation check that Krat make. What's the difficulty, by the way?
This
is it
is going to
just
be. You're in the outer rim, so there would still be planets around. 2 purple.
Okay. I like to think that whenever Krat makes an astrogation check that isn't his meditation, it's him just like kind of touching to the force and just being like, "Where are we?" And basically all he gets is like a planet name and just like general idea of what it is. If that, I mean,
Okay. So, 2 successes. You are able. Let me pull up the galaxy map. Find out where the fuck you guys are. But I'm gonna use that threat. So here's your thing, guys. You're still in the Sith area of the galaxy.
Oh fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, we are.
That's
Let me find out what's near you guys, but you still gotta
Well-
contend with that.
Well, genuine question from Krat to Zeta. Can they track us in hyperspace?
GM?
That technology has not been found.
Cool. No.
Shall we leave Sith space, drop him off at the nearest planet there, and then leave?
Yeah, we can do that, I think.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are headed out from Lothal.
Right immediately back into hyperspace. Drops out of hyperspace. Nope. The stars stretch again.
Okay, where so where are you going?
friggin' the light speed skipping from episode 9, just like whoop,
Yeah.
nope.
Or from Guardians of the
Basically-
Galaxy when they're just jumping like
Alright.
so
We're gonna take a break from that for a second. You guys figure out where
Okay.
you want to go. Odo.
Yeah.
He sounds so thrilled.
Well, because I know what I told the DM, and I know you're all gonna hate me. So.
So
Zeta already does.
I mean, what you told me is in confidence unless you want to share it with the group.
They'll find
But-
out. They'll find out. Just let's go.
You have one more meeting that you would like to make, and then you are going back to prison.
So you're not gonna roleplay Crew or the Renegade?
Do you want them to hear it?
They're gonna find out eventually. I don't have
Okay.
a problem with them knowing now.
Then we're gonna do it that way. So you are under escort, may I add, brought first to Crew Norkel, this fat poopy motherfucker.
he's so poopy.
so fucking poopy.
He's so poopy.
I look to the 2 guards around me. I look to Crew. How you been, you fat sack of shit?
Do I want to do the voice or not? Well, I guess I should.
Oh God. Oh Jesus.
No, it's light enough. I don't feel like going into that. But you basically, so gross as he is, you just watch him levitate in his chair, and he looks at you. He looks at the guards. And goes, "Odo, why are you here?"
I need you to get a message to some old friends.
Sure. Who?
Gentlemen, is there a way I can get you guys to leave me alone for 5 fucking minutes?
Okay, arguably that would be a coercion check, but I don't know how that's gonna go for you.
What's my difficulty?
3 purple.
Can I roll?
Yeah,
Can I use a destiny point to succeed?
Up to the group.
I'm not
It's
here.
Up to us. I strongly disagree with it because of story. I can't.
All right. All things being equal, destiny point to succeed.
Oh, sorry, Cedric. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
It's okay. All right. 2 threats. He's gonna look at you and say, "You get 2. You'll be alone for 2 minutes."
That's all I need.
All right.
Crew, I'm going to give you the same message that I'm going to give to my brothers in the Renegades. I need you to get a message.
And that is?
I need you to get a message to the Sith.
I mean, that's not hard, but why?
Because I know how to end this war.
Why would I want to end the war? It's bad for business.
Yeah, but they're gonna pay you double what your asking price is just by getting your hands on this information. You can charge whatever the hell you want with this.
Now, what's your cut?
Nothing. If anything, they get something a hold of me.
Yeah. What's the information, Otto?
There's a planet that the Jedi are using to contain their power, and it's a valuable resource to the Jedi. If the Sith want to win, they need to destroy it.
Make a deception check. Against 1 purple, but...
There really is... Oh, yeah, there is a deception.
Because you are lying.
Yeah, I'm lying.
Okay. So, he does take the information. He accepts that you don't want any charge, but he's very skeptical of it. Think of it like... He acknowledges that you're giving him information that is probably important, but it's like, oh yeah, this is there's something going on here I don't really get. But he takes it. Your 2 minutes are up. The guards come back. All right, Mr. Texas, that's your time. Next meeting.
Crew, you get that to them. You understand me?
His face is a couple sheets paler than when he originally walked in. He's like, yeah, that won't be a problem. Good luck, Odo.
You probably won't ever see me again, crew.
Better I don't.
I tell the same thing to my Renegade contact to make sure that it's got double confirmation. And then I visit.
That is a much easier meeting because
I can talk in code to them the whole time. Like, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
And then I go visit Talius.
I should say, depending. Actually, given what time of day it is, because this would still be reasonably like in the middle of the day. I don't honestly think she's home yet.
Honestly, I would say that the sun is setting. It's just getting ready to be sunset or close to sunset.
Okay, so she would be on her way home, and you could probably be convinced the guards to wait till she gets there.
Yep.
So as she walks in the door, you're sitting at her kitchen table, flanked by two Republic guardsmen.
Hey, baby.
She just looks at the guardsman, looks at you, looks back at the guardsman. Hi.
I need you to listen to me really carefully.
I mean, sure. Gentlemen, can we have the room? For, orders are to not keep the prisoner alone, ma'am. Yeah.
I growl super fucking loud. Like a lion's roar comes out through the room.
I'm well aware of the procedure, but he's going back to prison. Yes, ma'am. Just give us 5 minutes. That's all I need. 5 minutes. They acquiesce, and you have 5 minutes.
You look beautiful, baby. You look beautiful
Odo,
more every time I
much
see
as
you.
I love your flattery, this is kind of a time-sensitive issue. I love you, but talk.
Baby, you're probably not going to see me again for a real long time. This one might be permanent.
Okay. How bad?
The kind where I don't care what happens next bad.
Do I need to liquidate the apartment?
No. No, you're safe. You're fine. I just went after something I loved, and now I'm paying for the consequences for it.
Okay. So you're telling me I'm not going to see you for a while?
Yeah. Maybe ever again.
They get visitation where you're going?
Knowing who's taking me under? Probably not.
Oh, that's going to make things a little harder.
Yeah, that's going to make things a little harder. Listen, I'm not going to pretend like what I did is smart, and you're probably going to hear more about it as time goes on. I want you to understand something. I don't regret what I've done, ever. The only thing I regret, and the only thing I hold heavy in my heart, is that what I did might hurt you. And anything in this galaxy, anything in this universe that hurts me more is knowing you're in pain. I just came by to say I'm sorry and that I love you. And
I love you too, baby, but
no matter what happens next, you'll always be in my heart.
I'm not going to see you for a while. Just, you know how to get word to me. And just, there's a single tear coming down her face as she acknowledges that you're probably going to be gone for a good long while. You wouldn't be saying this if it wasn't true. Steels herself. Her green eyes look at you and she says, I know you did what you thought was important, but this won't be the last time you see me, baby. Promise.
uh, that's what I love about you. My handcuffs are still on my arms. I move my arms over her head and bring her in for a big hug.
She holds you like you are the last thing in existence, and she will not let go. They literally have to rip her off of you.
I love you, Talius. As they pull me from the apartment.
She does not answer immediately, and you do not hear any response as she goes. As you are escorted away. I think that's where we're going to end our session.
Wild.
I think that's fair.
Oh boy, Cedric.
We do have a plan for where we're going. If we want to put that
Where
out.
are you going?
We are going to some outer rim planet off to the side.
Okay. Honestly,
drop
you
off
guys
our
can
nest.
probably head to Mon Calamari. That's probably the closest inhabitable planet.
I want one that is very sparsely populated that I can hide R9.
I don't know if it like necessarily means the first planet that we find that's not in Sith space. I think it would probably go like one or two systems out of that. But
Okay, out of Sith space.
out of Sith space, regardless, because we
Okay.
don't want the Sith getting R9.
So where out of Sith space? Because there's a couple places you could go. Like you could drop him in Mandalorian space.
That would work. I just want somewhere in the outer rim that he's not potentially going to get found.
See, the problem
Okay,
the
most-
problem is
Somewhere
that
that-
it's just problem is it's just Krat and Zeta trying to figure out the
Right.
planet to drop them off on.
Somewhere that
Bigger
Zeta
That's
would
the
know.
problem.
Yeah. Zeta?
The brains and the know-how are both gone.
Yeah.
Zeta.
Yes.
You're gonna have to go mid-rim. The outer rim is mostly Sith territories.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to go somewhere in the mid rim then to drop him off, and then we're going back to Mortis. And we're
Closest
trying
thing
to do
in
that
the
as quickly as
mid-rim.
possible.
Closest thing in the mid-rim is probably. There's a couple of small planets. The one you guys might have heard of. Mid-rim, probably Wabani, Kajimi. Maybe Mandalore, Concordant. Yeah, some of the there's not a lot in the mid-rim. I mean, you could always go to like Nal Hutta or something. You're probably closer to there, honestly.
That would work.
Okay, so you're headed to Nal Hutta and Nar Shaddaa. That's probably the easiest place you could go. That's outside of Sith control.
Hey, let's not put him on Nar Shaddaa just
No,
for
Hutta.
my own knowledge. Like, let's just not do that.
Definitely Hutta.
I don't give a fuck what the other one is. I can't imagine it's worse than Nar Shaddaa. So
Wait. What are the planetary options? Not that I'm gonna weigh my opinion. I'm nosy.
So there's a couple of planetary options. Most of them are in the mid-rim, and I'm just trying to find out what would be there. So within easy jumping distance from Lothal and Adelon, that's not. Yeah, basically your closest bet would probably be Nal Hutta and or Nar Shaddaa.
Nal Hutta and Nar Shaddaa.
Otherwise,
don't-
you're headed to like Mandalore, Ajin Kloss, Ord
Yeah, I'm not
Mantell.
fucking with the Mandalorians.
I
not
personally
fucking
don't know
with
what. I know what Nar Shaddaa is personally, but I do not know what the other one is. Obviously, I know what Mandalore is, but I think Krat even would know what Nar Shaddaa is and be like, "Hey, not that one."
Yeah.
That
Hutta,
makes
I
sense.
believe, is one of Nar Shaddaa's moons.
Hutta
That's
is the
fine.
planet
That's better.
Shaddaa's the moon.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that is even better. That is way better because we can just find a fucking cave and just kick him in there.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
No,
That's
Hutta is a
fine.
swamp planet. Nar Shaddaa is a city moon. You guys should be able to make it work.
Yeah, so the
Okay,
general plan
yeah.
is drop him off there and then head straight to Mortis as fast as possible.
Okie dokie.
Mostly to save Ned's ass,
Okay,
so that
so
people don't blow him up.
okay,
And that's it. That's it. We're good.
noted. Okay. So here's where things stand.
Mm-hmm.
Odo, currently in a jail cell. Zeta and Krat are on their way to a planet, and Ned is doing what Ned is gonna do. What would everyone like to do going forward?
Okay, first and
Well,
foremost,
is the
how's the
session
session?
over?
Is the session over?
Yeah.
The session is fully over.
Okay.
Cool.
Fuck. I'm gonna
Jesus
change the music then.
Fucking Christ.
So,
I would like to have.
who wants the talking stick first?
Okay, I agree. I agree with Javen. I think that it would be very great as a group to fucking break down what just happened because we're all separate. And next session will be even more separate. It'll be even more separate. Next session will be it'll be me and Zeta versus the world, Ned versus the world, and Odo versus the world. So
Out of all the results I could have foreseen from this session, this was the least likely.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you on that, Javen.
I'm going to grab a beer, a fresh beer. I'm going to crack it, and then we can pass around the talking stick.
I don't have to be at work in the morning, so I'm good to fucking talk, y'all.
you know,
I do, and I'm still good.
I don't
you
give a shit
know,
about my job, so I'm in the same boat.
despite what Javen just said, I I completely disagree with that. I don't
All
think
right, so
Cedric can understand.
pause. I'm gonna go get a drink, and then we can talk.
I mean, it's not. No, this has nothing to do with the session.
Oh, okay.
Cedric,
All right.
I don't think you
Well,
understand.
then I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, Cedric, I don't think you understand the level of like you have truly, uh, like I've played a few characters, but I've never had to sit down and like think about a character as much as this one because of what you have introduced to this campaign. I told my girlfriend about this. I was like I know you don't really care about like D&D and stuff, but like let me tell you about this. So I told her about this whole character thing and like, you know, how Crap feels and what he believes and then like the whole like change of his belief. And she goes, "You know what you should do? You should make him actively try to kill himself the next session." And like and I was like, "Huh?" And she was like, "You like his whole belief system is like is shattered. Like every time your characters find him, he should be like tying a noose or sharpening a knife." And I was like, that it's not gonna happen, but I get it. Like, but also thank you for your insight because Jesus fucking Christ. Like,
Oh my god.
yeah, I went into this purposefully with Krat having no idea how this session would turn out because, quite honestly, I had thought about Krat for way too much this past week, and I came to no consensus. So I was just like, well, let's just see how next session goes, and I kind of back what I said before of like you fully have sent Krat down the dark side. Congratulations.
Honestly, I feel like if we're gonna be passing the talking stick around, I think Cedric needs to take it first because
Fair.
I really and truly like as a character, I think we all played our parts perfectly. I think everyone acted according to their character respectfully. As a player, as a player,
I've returned.
my first question, Cedric, is just why? Why
Yeah.
infuriate the party? Why infuriate the players? Why introduce the idea of a forced supernova and then
it's Cedric.
and then motherfucking shrug? Why? What were you hoping would happen here? I need you to explain yourself before I go any further.
Yeah, no, this is 100% a Cedric campaign. That's just
Cedric. Yeah, it's just Cedric. What do you mean?
that's just what happens.
Do you realize Cedric? Geo. The only two Cedric campaigns I've ever played is this one, where my character is questioning their entire belief system, and the other one being I was a Kalishtar who doesn't sleep, who lives in the dream world, who died and got reincarnated, so then actually slept and actually had dreams. Like, this is not new to me. Like, this is just reality breaking. This is like just what happens when Cedric DMs. Like, my reality breaks as a character. This is what I've just come to expect.
Well, and see, that's the problem. Like, the thing is that reality didn't break, reality restarted, and then we were all given a shrug of, like, this was all that was meant to happen. You can go about the rest of the game now. What fucking rest of the game, asshole? Like,
Yeah.
that is more my question, Cedric. What were you expecting to happen here?
So the biggest question that I wanted to ask in this campaign was, what do you do with knowledge?
Huh.
I love it. I love it. And I love Cedric, how you did not tell us that going in.
Yeah.
And so we've all chosen characters with maybe, and this is a hard maybe exception for Zeta, because she didn't have like aggressive core beliefs. Like,
Yeah, not really.
right, but that's the only reason I'm saying maybe with you, because like what Cedric has done is involved like, Bendu and like the neutrality of the force and such. It's like regardless of what side you're on, it doesn't matter. But you fucking did it, my friend.
And now
did it.
guys, the goal of this campaign was give you knowledge and your choices matter.
Yeah.
Now your choices have led you where you are.
If
Yeah,
I
you did it.
if I remember correctly, Thomas did also say something, and I do agree with what he said last session, to where he's like, you gotta choose one direction on where it's going, and
Yeah.
boy howdy he fucking chose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Super unsatisfying, and we all made our opinions from there, but yeah.
Yeah. And you know what, Cedric, because of your choice, I have made a choice. And I was messaging Javen about this a few moments ago, to where Krat is no longer a part of the Jedi Order or the Sith, but he is going full Anakin and being like, I will bring peace, order, love to my new empire. Like, I will make the galaxy how I want it. Which
Believe it or
The
not,
night will be the night, I will fall for you.
yeah, right.
believe it or not,
When
there
I
is still
was.
more story to tell for this campaign.
Of course there is.
So there are still story beats we have to get to. That was
If I
more
don't
of like
become-
the peek behind the curtain, and now you guys see a little bit of what's happening in the galaxy. Two of you are in Sith space. You're gonna see. Hopefully, I can do some bits on how the Sith are doing, because if you guys go down on Sith planets, we'll see how the Sith are reacting to what happened, and you guys have knowledge, they don't. Odo has made a choice to leak the location of Mortis to the Sith.
Yeah.
Fuck. Wait, to the Sith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did I miss that completely? What?
Yeah,
Part of the
so one of Odo's
I think it's
one of
best
Odo's
if
meetings was leaking info to the Sith.
Oh fuck! That might have been when I was like muted and gone or something. Wait, okay, hold on. Quick recap request.
Okay.
Who did you contact?
Is it okay
Krat
if
won't know this,
Is
but
it okay if I take the talking stick?
Yeah.
you can have it.
I-
You can have it
I-
after that info.
I would almost insist on it.
Yeah. Because
Um,
because obviously Krat doesn't know this. So, but
so
what?
the first thing I want to say, guys, is I am incredibly sorry. Um,
It's okay.
I
Don't
No,
be.
we've
I'm
all
not.
again like you said, we've all played our characters
I
exactly how we
Yeah.
play them.
well, and
Exactly how they deserve to be played.
that's kind of the thing. I realized that when I made it to the council, here, like, the moment that we started talking with the father, I knew that this meant nothing to Odo. Like,
Yeah.
this guy admitted that he hurt his girlfriend, and all he's really trying to say is, I did it because the Force told me, and because there's these timeline wibbly wobbly bits. And essentially, Odo doesn't have a way to, like, exact his understanding or his destruction of what happened. So, like, he hasn't gotten his revenge. And despite working for the Old Republic or the Jedi Council, Odo is a fucking criminal. Odo was a gun runner. He did not care about the war. He was simply in it for the profit. When he got caught, he was doing shock troop missions. He does not have any stake as to whether the Force lives or dies. So Odo made a decision that he was going to tell both sides, both the Sith and the Jedi, this is where the problem is, and you need to go and destroy it. I apologize for how I got there. I apologize that, this made things complicated. But if we are equating this to collecting knowledge, Odo was given knowledge he did not care about. This is the equivalent of being given the universe at your hands, and Odo's like, I didn't come here for that. Odo was not seeking answers on this mission. Like, this is one of the things about not being Force sensitive. Odo didn't have a greater purpose. He didn't have some sort of ambition of peace or duality. He is here for a paycheck. He is here because the Republic owns his ass, and they can put him back in prison whenever they want. Odo doesn't care about this knowledge. It doesn't matter that he was just told anything. This creature, this planet, hurt someone I love that I care about, and therefore it needs to die. So I made my decision, and I basically told Cedric, look, either the entire game ends here, or I've got to roll up a new character, because Odo's going to be sitting in a maximum security prison until somebody breaks his ass out. Like, this is, for me, Odo, not necessarily that Odo is done, but Odo is definitely not on anyone's side right now. Like, even if you guys tried to free him, even if you guys tried to rescue him, Odo's just going to go back and try to make sure that the planet's dead anyway. Odo's not trying to do anything with this knowledge. He doesn't care about the knowledge. He wants the destruction of that planet because it hurt someone. That's it. So next session, if Odo needs to have a prison session, fine, but, like, any decision I make is not going to matter because I'm in fucking prison. Unless you guys decide to rescue Odo, which I don't really recommend. But, like, Odo's...
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, like, Odo's in fucking jail. Like, you're not going to pull him out. So, like, if this was either going to end with me getting a new character or the end of the campaign. That's really the only way I saw it. I'm sorry for the consequences of what my character did. I was doing everything according to what I thought was best for my character. I'm sorry if it
Okay.
screwed anybody over.
I don't think any of us are mad.
Listen,
real
man,
life.
the only time I'll ever get mad at someone for doing something that's like it's what my character would have done is if it's very clear that the character was not great to begin with.
Right.
Mhm.
But this is exactly what Odo would probably do. Like I'm not in Odo's mindset, but I could see Odo just definitely like cashing in all of his chips to every known source, just being like, hey, whatever happens, happens. If the Sith start fucking things up, I might be able to break out. Who knows? Like,
Look, if and honestly, if the Sith like destroy the planet, if the Sith like just fuck over that planet, Odo will owe a fucking life death to the Sith. He doesn't care who he fights for.
uh
Odo's not someone who has any loyalty to the Republic. The only
he's a
reason,
merc.
yeah, he's a mercenary. He was a gun runner, and he's a fucking criminal. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. This is the classic case of, making your bed and lying in it. You wanted to
Exactly.
make a loudmouth criminal with a big gun, and you did that. And you did a good job at that.
Oh, he is absolutely good at that.
So here I am, basically without a character. I have no idea what I'm gonna do from here.
If I may have the talking stick next, because I think people want answers on the fuck I'm doing. Unless I'm wrong. Unless people have other
I
things to
answers
say.
on everything,
happily
Javen.
give you the talking stick.
If people have things to say, then I will wait, but I will happily
I
take
think
the
you
I
got
talking
will
it.
stick.
say real quick.
Yeah.
Zeta is in no way going to rescue Odo, ever. In Zeta's mind, she has been betrayed. Odo has ignored her at every turn about the fact that destroying this will make it worse. Um, and now is trying to get this planet destroyed with Ned on it. She's done.
Done with Odo or just done
Yes.
with? Okay.
Done with Odo.
I don't blame you.
Done with Odo and done with the council.
Again, do
Because-
not blame you at all.
Entirely
I am
valid.
not
Odo's
mad.
a
It makes
bit of a
perfect
shit.
sense.
Well,
Real life,
and
not mad in the slightest.
oh
Makes
yeah,
perfect sense for your character.
oh yeah. No,
Zeta is angry.
I'm glad we can all be mature about what has happened and just accept the fact that it's a fucking game, and go on from there. Um.
Go on, Ned.
So, what this means for Ned is if you guys really want him back, I will still play him. But this comes with a warning to you guys in me saying Ned is not going to be well off for a long time. He has a lot that he needs to go through, and honestly, if you guys do track him down, this might be my first character that goes non-verbal because his entire reality has shifted because the facts his mental situation is he has in his mind gotten it's basically like if an astrophysicist saw God. If someone who has spent their entire life like solving the universe's questions on their own, and if people don't believe them, then they're wrong. And I can prove that by math, equations, in fact. He encountered like 7 unexplainable things over the course of a couple hours. So, for you two, because essentially, Thomas and Jules, you guys are what's left from the party.
Right.
Pretty much.
Now, I have a question for both you and Geo. Not Ned and Odo, Javen and Geo.
Yeah.
Because I know that we all like our characters. Do you want like us to keep them because we are in a very specific situation to where there is a very real possibility where Krat could demand that Zeta go back to Mortis and pick up Ned. We are
Yeah.
also in a very real possibility where Zeta could demand to Krat that we go and pick up Odo. Like, I know that Jules said that she's done with Odo. However, you've been done with Odo before. So, like, so
Very true.
This could be this is Zeta's like character moment, like I'm done, I'm gonna like, like I'm gonna move on, whatever. Or is it like a more temporary, I'm done, but we need to go save him? Do either of you players be like do you want to play other characters? Because what you're both saying right now is that you're going to give up on, not give up, that's the wrong way to put it, but you're gonna like you have decided the fate of these characters that you're playing, and you're going to move on to new ones. Do you want that?
Geo, you can answer first because my answer is complicated.
Fair enough. So first of all, I would never want you or any other player, including Julianne or anyone else. I would not want anyone
Mm-hmm.
to dictate their character's actions just because I want to play a certain character.
Right.
So I want to state that first off. I think Javen probably agrees with me in that regard. Even if I really, 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 really fucking really want to play Odo again, I would not be telling you guys, "Hey, I want to play Odo again. Go storm this impossible field." If I play Odo again,
Right.
I'll be happy. I have no problem playing Odo again. It is not a requirement for me to play Odo again.
Gotcha.
As far as like what happens next session, honestly, a lot of that depends on actions and how Cedric wants the game to continue and stuff like that. Because honestly, I think Cedric's gonna need a while to figure out what we do from here. But like for me, as a player, please understand that I have no problem playing another character. Odo is fun, and I enjoy the character that I created. And honestly, I think I made a really fucking scary mini boss without realizing it. Or even
Yeah.
probably the nemesis of the whole game. I have no fucking idea.
That's another thought that I had today. I'm like, okay, if Odo just decides to fly off the cuff, how do we deal with him? Because that gun alone is horrifying.
Well,
and the wielder even more so.
So,
Yeah.
like, honestly, I may have just created like the ultimate villain for the campaign. I have no fucking idea. But like, I do not expect you guys to cater to try to find my character. If you guys have a separate plan or some kind of other strategy, I will create a character that is either closer aligned or you meet along the way. I will find some way to bring myself back into the campaign. You do not need to worry about finding Odo. If your characters want to find Odo, great. I'll find a way to get myself back in. But like, you do not need to go out of your way to get Odo.
Him and Krat were just becoming best friends.
I
They
know, and
just
you were
becoming
about
best
you were about
friends.
to kiss
Damn
you
it.
were about to kiss fishy lips.
Almost.
Almost. I
was so close.
Fear leads to anger. You feared missing those fishy lips, and now you're angry. I get it. I get it, Krat.
Yeah.
But like,
this is interesting because I genuinely didn't think that going into this session I would have more things to think about on the way out, but I do. So,
like I said,
If I may take the talking stick for a second.
yeah, go ahead.
No, wait,
Sure.
Jules. You need to have Jules take the talking stick.
What?
Yeah.
1 sec. Sorry, I had food in my mouth.
You're good.
I,
Hang on,
Yeah,
hang
you're
on.
good.
She got the talking stick.
yeah, of course, the stick.
Respect the stick, man.
Dude,
So
I will.
Zeta is fully done with Odo. If he came back, cool. Should deal with it, maybe. But even if we wanted him to come back, that would not be the route. Her main plan is to make sure that Ned survives and that the Force isn't destroyed. After
Two
that,
very valid goals.
after that, it's very much a trying to figure out how to exist in the galaxy as neither Sith nor Jedi. I'm fine if Ned doesn't come back. I like Ned, but I will be okay.
You could just be like man who lives in the woods of Kashyyyk in KOTOR.
Yeah,
Jolie.
Yeah. You're just
but their
like,
main
well,
goal is
you're
to
all
destroy
wrong.
Vergence.
I cook soup every day. It's like,
And that is
Super
truly what the
cool.
Force is this soup.
yeah, it's like I don't like that. I'd rather pick a side and have burgers, my friend.
Sir, what you are doing is so mild and it irritates me.
Yeah. You're so
Pick a
neutral it
goddamn
makes me
side.
yeah. It pisses me off. Please.
You know I had a wife once. I don't care. Pick a side, fucker. Like
Did you love her or
No,
not?
not really. I couldn't care less.
Mhm.
All
God
things in
fucking
equilibrium,
damn it.
you fucking
you
hippie.
know what is love really? And you're like, shut up, shut up, Jolie.
This is why you live in the woods.
We met a fucking hippie and we all got pissed off. I love it.
Yeah. Go on, Mozilla. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, Cedric.
I don't know. You guys are totally fine. So we have two characters that should our players want.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on, because if you're gonna go into that, then I need the talking stick because I haven't said my answer yet.
Of course.
As far as Ned goes, I do like Ned as a character. I really do. In the circumstance that he is in, the character itself is kind of where I have to think for a minute. It will be hard to play a character, and again, I played my character as well as I think I possibly could have. Ned does not want to be found right now. What started, another changing, honestly, without spoilers, was Krat's lightsaber.
I was just thinking that, and honestly, this is very contradictory to Krat's whole ideals, but he will find you for his lightsaber. Whether you join
So-
back up or not, that's completely up for your decision. However, Krat will find his lightsaber. After
So-
this, he's going to go for it.
So what I also messaged Cedric is my character change and my character choice will honestly, and it's not to put pressure on you guys, because I can play another character, I can play Ned, but my character choice depends on what the two of you do. Because if you guys do visit Ned and be like, hey, we need you. Like you are part of this group. You are coming with us. Then Ned, if convinced enough, he'll probably go with you. Especially if you guys need 2 weeks or however fucking long to get to Mortis.
A month and a
Uh,
half.
a month and a
No,
half. A month and a
no,
half.
it's like 2 weeks. It's like 2 weeks.
So
Possibly
2 weeks.
less. Possibly less because it was 2 weeks from Coruscant to. Right? No.
It was approximately 2 weeks from Coruscant to Lothal. However,
Okay. It's like a month,
it's at least a month
month
to
and a
get to
half.
Mortis.
Okay, okay. So sorry. Never mind. Never mind. I
So
take it back.
given how intelligent Ned is, a month of meditating in a cave could give him some answers.
Mm-hmm.
Now that being said, I might respect Ned to a certain degree. Depending on conversations I have with Cedric, because at this point, Cedric, we've been very bad about it, but at this point, we need to have like an off-screen conversation about what the
Oh,
fuck
yes,
is going
we
on
do.
in Ned's head. Um, because like this has been a lot to process for just Krat alone. This is a lot to process for Ned. This is even more so. This is where having a low intelligence character pays off because a low intelligence character just takes it. A high intelligence character will fixate on each individual problem and go off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So until Ned gets his shit together, which, a month and a half, give or take, that could provide a lot of answers for Ned.
It absolutely can.
And now that like Ned has the opportunity to ask a bunch of questions, I could probably respec. Or I could stay exactly how I am. Because you guys did leave all of my equipment on that planet. So it could be a thing of like a few weeks go by of Ned straight up just meditating and sucking the dew off a ginkgo leaf and just and just waiting out his time and figuring out what he needs to figure out, gets his equipment back right as you guys get there and be like, okay, I'm good. Or it could be a thing of when you guys get there and he has killed himself. I don't know what's going to happen at this point, but I think right now it heavily depends on you two. Would both of y'all's characters, and this is something that I kind of messaged when you guys were like, we're going to go save Ned's ass. I messaged Cedric. I'm like, I guess they're just lost without me, huh? Flicks hair. So it's up to you two. I will
Well,
happily keep playing Ned, but if it comes to a point where the story doesn't work with Ned, or for whatever reason Ned becomes like a mentally deranged like force fanatic, then obviously like yeah, you guys decide from fucking there. But that's
yeah.
kind of where I the player am for the character.
I would be.
Jules. Okay.
Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say you take the reins here. You say what you want to. You say what you want to say.
I would be very content with you deciding, Jabin. If you want to play Ned, how you want to play Ned, and whether or not we would go and find you. Because, like I said, Zeta's entire plan is just making sure you survive if the planet is bombed. Or preventing the planet being bombed is the preference altogether, but Um, so I can work with whichever one you prefer with Ned. She fully respects you needing time, and I was expecting it, honestly. I kind of figured the same thing you said, where there was one more thing, it was gonna be the end.
Because like for real, like think about
Yeah,
what all has happened to all of us.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. So Zeta, what? Okay. So hypothetical. We land on the planet. What do you want from Ned? Like, is your sole plan just making sure he gets off the planet? Is it just like, hey, this planet's gonna blow up? Just letting you know, like, cool, whatever.
I would play that off of where Ned is at.
Okay, but I guess my question is because Krat wants to go to this planet because of Ned. Like the planet be damned, Krat wants to go there because of Ned. So we land on the planet. Does Zeta come with Krat to talk to him? Does
If
Zeta stay on the ship? Or what's going on?
if I knew that you were going to find Ned, I would go and find the father.
Okay,
Because
so
Zeta
maybe
can't process not having the force.
okay, that's fine. And then with that knowledge, I think that this will really throw a fun little bit towards Cedric to let him play with whatever he wants to do with this. If we land on that planet, right? And we don't this doesn't have to be the start of next session. I'm just saying if we land on that planet and Zeta goes off to talk to the father, that means only Krat comes up to Ned, and I want Ned to know this uh as like this is the interaction like so I want you to build Ned with a little bit of metagaming.
Okay.
All Krat does, okay? And in this scenario where Ned is still there, he's still thinking, still whatever. All Krat does is walks up, like, haven't seen you in like probably like 2 months, walks up, I don't care what you're doing, maybe stands there till you notice, you look over, Krat just goes, lightsaber, and holds his hand out. So whether you give it to me or not, up to you. Whether you make it there or not, up to you. And whether you want to play a different character from then on, up to you. But that is what I want to leave you with. Like if Ned is just like, sure, gives him his lightsaber back and wanders off into the woods, does his own thing, sure, whatever. But I want you to know that that is what happens. Like because Krat will use everything in his power to use his last quest marker to find Ned and just be like lightsaber.
Okay.
So do with that what you will, and let next session be horrible for everybody.
All right.
Because that's where we are, damn it.
Kind of. So before we reach the next session, Geo and Javen, I think you need to figure out if you want to keep playing these characters, because that will influence how the next session is going to go.
Well, I don't mean to speak for Geo, but I can almost guarantee that he's going to be picking a different character.
I've what I said at the beginning, and I'll say it again. I do not want what I want to do to influence the game. I have no problem picking up Odo again. I have no problem putting Odo down. I do not care what happens next. I have no problem creating a new character. I have no problem going back to Odo. Do not base your decisions based on the fact that I am here.
Okay. So I have to give you. Okay, so it sounds like what I have to give you guys a little peek behind the curtain as to what's going to happen. So,
Cedric,
if you
want
want to,
Cedric,
go for it.
Hold on. Before you go there, I'll say this for the group as well. I also don't. Next week, I'm gonna be in. I'm gonna be at the beach. So, honestly, if next week I need to sit out a session so that every player can figure out what they're gonna do next, I'm cool with that too. So, like,
I need to see if I'm So I don't know what my schedule is for next week because my boss is gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I may be working a double on Thursday. So
So
I will
that
let you guys
actually-
know what is happening with the session.
yeah.
I may need to say I genuinely don't know, but I may need to say no session for next week. For reference, Javen, Jen's surgery is on Tuesday,
Yeah.
So
Okay.
No, I was just about to say, like, yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna be very
So,
busy.
but there is a possibility to where she just like won't want to see me. So like if that's the case, I'm free. I'm ready to go. But I will know if everyone is okay to do it on next week. I will know on Tuesday next week, or like Tuesday if I can do next week.
I should know
Just
in the next couple of days whether or not I can do it.
yeah, and I'll let you guys know whenever I know whether it's it'll be before Thursday for sure.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll let you know.
let's just do a very loose next Thursday, and if not, that gives me and Gio more time to figure out what we really want, or
Yeah,
it gives Gio more time to
and
like
Cedric a
character
second to
build and
write this shit.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have the direction of what's going to happen because I had kind of planned. I hadn't quite planned for Odo and his idea, but I had planned for what happens if the Jedi and the Sith go searching for the information you gave them, because I think that's the part that is going to bother you guys. Is you told them this and they didn't believe you. They
The Jedi didn't
like
believe him.
I am
I'd say
hoping
we
that
have
they
Correct.
dismiss it.
we have no idea how the Sith are gonna react.
Which the
The Sith
Sith are
is-
rash and just be like, "Fuck, let's do it."
Yeah.
Well, and the thing about the Sith is they don't make decisions as a collective council. There could just be one
No.
fucking airhead that's like, you know what? Let's chase a rumor,
Yeah,
and they do
one
that. And they're like,
schizophrenic, like,
yeah,
let's
and then
not.
Odo is
yeah,
planning
exactly.
on anyone destroying that planet. So like
The Sith are like a bunch of monarchs that come together occasionally to make one grand decision, whereas the Jedi Council is a huge diplomatic nightmare.
yeah. So I say this again. I do not want you guys to make decisions based upon what I'm doing. Like I will figure out how I fit in. So like
Alright.
even if I have to sit out for another session, I don't consider that a failure or anything like that. I don't consider that bad direction or anything. I'm actually okay with that. If everyone needs another session to figure out what the fuck's going on. Like I completely understand that. I do not have a problem sitting out, one session or two sessions so everybody collects and figures out what we're doing from here. Like Odo, if you want my opinion, and this is purely my opinion and I do not want it to direct anybody's decision, Odo is so single-minded at this point and is so driven by the fact that he just wants to destroy that goddamn planet. Even if you brought him back, what's he going to do? Like, you guys are going to convince him to not destroy the planet?
Yeah,
Like,
I've already tried that.
Exactly. Like, even if you broke him out of prison, Odo's just going to go back to trying to destroy the planet, and he's going to tell you to drop him off at Sith headquarters to deliver the message himself. He does not give a shit about anything else at this point. So, like, if you guys want to save him, fine. But, like, why? there's
Yeah.
nothing in it for anyone. Literally any of you.
I'm gonna be completely honest and say I wouldn't be upset if we wanted to bring Odo back somehow, but I don't think it makes any damn sense.
I think, like, given
For
some
that
time
exact
and some
reason.
space, maybe.
Yeah.
I will say first and foremost, if I keep Ned, Ned will actively avoid having Odo anywhere near the group.
Oh, absolutely. Like, Odo is... And that's the thing. Like, Odo not being force sensitive and being a general asshole and pretty much a villain, he didn't... The reason why it was such a fun character to play is because he didn't fit well with the group. He is an asshole. He is a villain. He is a criminal.
And honestly, like, even disregarding Ned and Odo's very shaky alliance to begin with, based off of your gun alone.
Yeah.
Ned is a sentinel. His whole deal is weeding out corruption and like any kind of like sentinels are Jedi cops
Yeah.
essentially. So when it comes down to it, you and Ned were never meant to last as
No.
like a friendship.
I 100% agree with that. And like I said, like I think for me to bring a new character in is probably a very good idea. As a matter of fact, I think that's probably the recommendation I would go with. But I also need to know what's happening. So me sitting down another session is not a problem because it gives me an opportunity to be like, okay, this is the direction the campaign's heading now. Now I can bring a character in that either aligns closer to that idea or even some sort of background character that isn't going to be a criminal this time. You know what I mean? Or at least a criminal that's not like Odo.
And that's kind of where I am too with Ned is like if this campaign is going to continuously be a like vast knowledge eldritch thing of where like it's going to be hella force stuff, then I'm either going to reclass Ned a lot or I'm going to
Mhm.
switch my character. Now, that being
Honestly,
said,
the rest of the campaign is not necessarily eldritch knowledge, but it's one of those like the characters that you have led up until this point cannot escape the knowledge that they have.
mhm,
Well, and
which
that's
again,
So,
like, oh,
well, and that's
go ahead.
a really good point, Cedric, in that we like if I was to break this down differently from Star Wars, um we all know who Cthulhu is now. Like we all have knowledge that Cthulhu exists. The problem is the rest of the world does not believe us. So like
the campaign is just we start a cult.
like
It is what you choose to do. I have given you knowledge. What you choose to do with it is your own thing, and I have a story. May not be as world and wide reaching implications, but there is a story beyond just meeting the Force.
well, and that's what I mean by that. Like essentially what like if I were to break this down in a different campaign, we all just got knowledge that Cthulhu exists. We, and all four of our characters reacted in a way accordance to understanding that knowledge. Odo didn't care. Zeta and Krat went off because they know that the religion they believed is no longer true. And Ned is having a crisis of faith because he was not a believer. So like if you break it down in those four in those three kind of silos, those kind of three silos of information, you're not like Odo Odo wants to destroy Cthulhu. Like there's nothing else Odo wants to do except destroy Cthulhu, even though it is impossible to do that. So Odo, even if you guys rescued Odo, even if you guys brought this character back, Odo's just gonna try to put dynamite on Cthulhu again. Like you're not gonna get him to be removed from this this idea. So I don't really believe that there's any benefit to rescuing Odo. If anything, Odo's more of a villain to the campaign now than anything else. But like if I'm gonna bring a new character in, I'm not necessarily gonna be able to bring one in unless I know where we're heading from here. And in order to do that, I really think another session needs to go by.
Makes sense.
Regardless of what happens, next session I will need to be a part of just in case they do get. Well, I mean they're gonna get to Ned, so I guess I need to be a part of next session for sure. But I
Yeah.
would agree with I would agree with Geo in like a neutrality sense of like, hey, you just like contact Cedric, be like, hey, give me the cliff notes, and and like work with me to make a like where my next character needs to come in.
Yeah, and
Well-
I think that's
Well-
really where the next thing needs to happen.
Yeah.
Well, with
You
Ned,
guys-
no, with Ned, I think this, unless Jules wants to add something onto this, I think we have the cliff notes for Ned. I told you what will happen. So what I think needs to happen with Ned is you need to decide, is that interaction enough to bring Ned back, or are you going to make a new character? Because is the simple act of Krat asking for his lightsaber enough to bring Ned back from the mindset that he's in?
Or
'Cause
would he
that's-
have healed by the time we got there?
Yes, because
Adapt.
that is what is happening next session.
And that will be
Or-
decided when I sit Cedric down for 8 hours and
Yes,
ask him a
yes.
bunch of questions.
Right, right. But what I don't want is you to like not think about it, and then next session happens, and then it's just like, oh, I don't know, because
Yeah.
because Geo has absolutely the aspect of like whatever happens next session, I don't know. We'll see where this goes.
Geo has a full free ride pass for the next
Right.
session or two.
Right, and I want you to make a character decision of Ned to where you know what happens next. How does Ned react? And whatever you decide, if you want to keep him or make a new character, that is completely up to you. Or respec or whatever. Completely up to you. But you know what happens next session. And we will have that interaction next session. But you know what happens.
Agreed.
Okay. To help everyone going forward, because I know what's going to happen next session, and your kit as players, you need to know this because this is going to affect it. Mortis moves.
Gross.
Mm-hmm.
Baboom.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So
There is a 100% chance it is no longer where it was.
So, Thomas, this
Yeah.
is just because you haven't seen Clone Wars. This is just me talking to you.
Yeah.
The way that Mortis came about in Clone Wars canon was Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka were all flying somewhere to meet up with someone, and some wormhole type shit happened, and essentially, Mortis is the planet where the Force gods meet. There is the dark side son who looks kind of like the Grand Inquisitor. There is the light side daughter who is a benevolent, beautiful being. And then there's the
Sure.
father who's an old guy that looks like Kronos. There you go. So these three
Okay.
fuckers.
Yeah.
We talked to the father and we talked to the two young versions of these two.
Okay.
So Mortis is a planet that's kind of like the world between worlds, where it's a pocket dimension, for lack of a better term,
Mm-hmm.
where these beings all live that and manifest the Force from themselves. So essentially, what happened when the Force had that 4 second thing, it essentially birthed these fuckers, or at least the middle guy.
Yeah,
The
right.
father,
So-
you know,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because
So-
you guys, I
so-
assume you guys are not going to investigate what the father wanted.
I
Fuck
asked
that
why
guy.
we were here.
Yes, and he didn't want to give you the real reason, and a god can lie to you real easy.
Yeah, I know. So
Yeah.
Now,
fuck it.
now that also
Right,
being
you were
said, Cedric, I'm going to schedule a call with you sometime in the next week, and I'm
Yep.
going to there will be like hours of silence before my next question, but but I'm going to fully Sherlock Holmes the
Alora.
shit out of this thing. I'm going to ask every question that I possibly can before next session.
Understandable.
Or at least I'm going to try to. If life happens, obviously I can't stop that, but I'm going to try and think of questions.
Yes.
But essentially, what this is Mortis is a constant moving thing, and from a physical standpoint, it's a giant double-sided pyramid floating in space that opens up occasionally to a ship that it allows in. So, for you to find Mortis means that Mortis wants to be found.
Well, and to be
It
honest,
sounds like a lot for Krat to comprehend.
to be honest, if I gave coordinates to this planet and it moves, the Sith and the Republic might just execute Odo. So
Well,
That is true.
also there might definitely be like a big battle fought of like, oh, we have the same informant. Fuck. Like,
yeah,
oh
Yeah,
shit.
I'll go and check it out.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for both of them, they would send investigatory forces first. Both of them, because there's no corroboration to your story. This is only the one source. And as soon as the information is proven, quote unquote, wrong, how do they respond from there is the question I don't know.
yeah. Like I said, Odo may have just screwed himself, but he wouldn't know that anyway. So
That also being said, if Krat and Zeta are going to the same location, the next session is going to start with heavy ship combat for them to get the fuck out of there.
I think we would
Yup.
get there first. Maybe?
Would you?
Well,
No, no. Next
they're
session
first
Would
starts
you
with us
though?
dropping off
dropping off
R9.
R9.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
gotta ditch R9. That's
Exactly.
What next
So
session
you have
starts
to take time to ditch your droid, which by the way, as players, does it kind of irritate you that your characters don't think of this shit?
Yes.
with. Yeah. Of course.
When was the last time Zeta gave R9 a memory wipe?
Never. That's why she wiped him.
Whoa! Oh god, that's bad. That's very bad.
That is
Well,
why
like Krat
she
wanted
wiped
to open
him.
the window.
Zeta's a seeker.
yeah,
Zeta's
Yes.
whole job was to find knowledge for the Jedi.
Yes.
Yup.
I
Yeah.
did wipe him before we're dropping him off.
And I still have that.
with a threat. Yeah, with a threat, mind you.
Nope. The threat. So the threat does play into to what it could have been if it was a despair.
This is
Look,
what-
you brings monkey character. I don't trust you anymore. I don't trust you anymore.
So Thomas, you're saying that when he aimed 11 Hydra heads at you, you still trusted him after that?
A little.
That's wild. That's wild to me.
I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but after this, no.
Heard. I'm never having Thomas in one of my campaigns ever again.
No trust. No trust whatsoever.
Hey, I will die in every campaign.
The worst thing
It happens.
You
possible
haven't
will
Whether-
died.
Whether emotionally, spiritually, physically, Thomas characters will
will
die
die.
to some degree.
Yeah, and in this one, Krat has fully emotionally died. He believes the dark side is correct right now.
I mean,
Yeah, we're
listen.
gonna work past that.
Well,
Listen,
no.
listen,
He
listen.
doesn't think the dark side is correct. He thinks that the light side is wrong.
Yes, I agree with that.
I think
So-
that's probably more to the point. Is like it's not necessarily that the dark side is wrong, or the dark side is right. It's that the light side is wrong, and that
Yeah.
just
So-
means that people.
It's an
interpret it.
Anakin. Yeah, it's an Anakin. I will bring peace, justice to my new empire thing.
Yep.
So
I will make
no,
a galaxy where there is peace. God damn
he-
it.
he didn't kill the hot springs monkey. He took the hot springs monkey out of the hot springs and into the cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Where
ruined a
Krat
perfectly good
belongs,
monkey by
in
being
the
an empire.
cold. Krat belongs in the cold. That's what his race
Nope.
is.
Nope, he's a hot springs monkey. and
Watch
he's got-
Clone Wars,
hey,
damn you.
He is a hot springs monkey, and he's coming for the fucking galaxy. Let me tell you, he is on the way.
Brad Harrison for president. A new business card.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It'll happen. I'll do it with
I'm
the
no longer an
Emocrat, too.
attorney.
Yeah, I'll do it with the Emocrat.
I do have to head out though.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna talk with Cedric for a little bit longer, but I won't be too much longer tonight.
I mean, I can deafen myself, but I'm here until I pass out, essentially. But if you want to have a private conversation with
No,
Cedric,
it's not.
I can yell at Thomas for a little bit.
It's not even private. It's just that I want to talk about something. So anyway,
Word.
Is it
Jules.
only an Odo thing? Is it only an Odo thing?
No, it's more of like where I should go as a player from here. So I don't mind
Gotcha.
other people listening. It's just I want to have that conversation.
I will listen and only speak when spoken to. How's that?
That's fine.
Phenomenal. All right, Jules, good night.
Thanks for playing tonight.
Good night.
Absolutely. Good night, y'all.
And with that, I'm actually going to go ahead and stop the recording here.